The story begins at night on the Tianwu continent, in Baiyun City, Family E. Robbers rush into the courtyard and shout at Yi Yun that he is useless and ask if he is dead. We see manager Fang Hu of the Yi family and his two guards. The manager himself appears to us as a tall man with a fan in his hands, wearing a gray-green cloak. He says that if he is still alive, then let him crawl here. After that, we see our hero, who is sitting exhausted on a chair. We learn that our hero was poisoned with a large dose of strong poison. But because of the ninth body tempering, our hero is still alive. But Fang Hu says that as a member of the Yi family, he will send our hero on his way with a direct hit. You can see how he looks down on our hero after we saw Yi Yun, and how blood was flowing out of his mouth. Then the manager shouts attack. One of the robbers tells the young master that he has no choice and prepares to deliver a strong blow with a katana, while telling him not to blame him for his heartlessness. But our hero grabs that hand. Not expecting this, the robber shouts what? After they break his arm, we see a pool of blood. He falls screaming in pain and says, "My hand, my hand." After that, Yi Yun says what to do first, and then say, while he is completely fine despite the poison. We see a half-dead bandit moaning in pain. Fang Hu asks Yi Yun why he is still on his feet with his injuries and severe poisoning. The second bandit can be seen wondering how he killed his partner in one hit. The two remaining bandits look at him in fear, and Fang Hu asks how Yi Yun recovered his cultivation. The young master lets us in on the backstory. He was an ordinary high school gamer, but one day he woke up and found himself in the body of a young master of the Yi family from Baiyun City with the same first and last name as him. He felt a painful sensation in his new body. He realized that he was poisoned, and the residual memories pointed to Yi Kun, the eldest son of the Yi family. Yi Yun can be seen looking at the napkin completely covered in blood. Already falling, he spat blood and thought that he would die immediately as soon as he moved here. But suddenly, there were notification windows, where on one it was written, "Notification." The multiverse devouring system is selected by the user and activated automatically. There were also yes or no buttons. Our hero was puzzled by this. Trembling, he pressed yes again. After that, it gets the strength of all windows. It is written that the characteristics panel has been activated, as well as storage spaces. After that, a window appears where it is written that the poison is neutralized, and 800 experience points are credited. After a moment, a large window with its characteristics appears. Host, Yi Yun. Cultivation realm. The third stage of body tempering. 1,001,000 experience points. Weapon no technique inherited, Faiyun art, advanced yellow rank. Fire poison palm martial art advanced mysterious rank. Shaking step and roaring sound wave advanced yellow rank. Our hero is puzzled and realizes that after absorbing the poison, his mountain palm technique has improved into a higher level technique. We are transported back to where Fang Hu is shouting who helped activate his cultivation. He's very angry, and you can see the worry in his eyes. The robber behind me is trembling with fear, but Yi Yun smilingly says that the heavens couldn't tolerate a scumbag like Fang Hu and sent an extremely powerful ability, super thick golden finger. After these words, the manager tremblingly asks what he wants. Yi Yun understands that his body has not yet recovered, and he is physically weak and wants to end this problem as soon as possible. A notification window appears in front of him, where it says that the current strength of the host has been analyzed, and a newbie gift package has been issued. I was asked to open the package now or not. Yi Yun's mind asked what he was waiting for and opened it. He gains the extremely powerful divine ability, million-point attack speed, but at the current cultivation level, he can't use it fully, and that the host will be able to achieve a higher speed after improving the cultivation realm. Yi Yun is delighted that this world values the speed of martial arts above all else, and that this ability will greatly enhance its combat power. Fang Hu tells the second rogue to attack while he is still. But before Yi Yun can turn around, he grabs the manager's shoulder, and the manager doesn't understand what's going on. Then he says, triple attack speed, fire poison palm, and there is a huge explosion, and Fang, who flying across the courtyard, is slammed into the wall and falls dead. Yiyun walks out of the ash mist, saying that he is impressed with this technique and understands that his explosive power has increased with increasing speed. The injured Fang, who barely says where did he get such speed and power. Yiyun says that he still doesn't know much about it, and that he should ask Yan Wan about it. Yan Wan is the god of death and king of hell in Buddhism, and get some clarity from him. While grabbing his head, a dark flame appears, and Fang, who shouts and asks where his cultivation is and what he has done. After a few seconds, the notification window, absorption completed successfully. The owner has received 300 experience points, appears. The remaining highwayman approaches and shivers as he says that he was wrong. But Yiyun ignores his words and says that he's next, and it's his turn. We are shown the stats panel, where the number of points has changed from 100 to 600 out of 1000. A divine ability also appeared. The attack speed is 1 million, as well as a demonstration of tripled attack speed. We are transported to the periphery of the Black Moon mountain range. Yiyun is barely able to cope with a rather large boar, while smaller boars are standing nearby, alarmed and trembling. They are afraid of him. Yiyun breathlessly says that he finally got over it, and realizes that his stamina is almost over. After he says, "Absorb," a black flame appears and a notification window appears with congratulations on absorbing the first order essence of the thick-skinned wild boar king, and that 100 experience has been gained. And it also says that Yiyun has reached the 5th stage of body tempering. He is very happy that in 2 hard practices, he was able to advance from the 3rd tempering to the 5th, and he also learned a few new things. First, the absorption system works not only with cultivation, but also with pills, techniques, and spirit stones. We are shown Fang, whose body where Yiyun pulls out 4 pills that he absorbs, and in the process of absorbing them, they can merge and give more high-grade pills directly in the body, thereby increasing the cultivation level. We are shown how they merge. After that, a notification window appears where it says that the absorption was successful, and that the first order pills have turned into second order pills. From then on, Yiyun gained 500 experience points. Secondly, apart from the cultivation enhancement tools, demons can also be the main target for absorption. Demons from the 1st to the 9th rank correspond to the 9 stages of cultivation, and devouring demons can raise one's cultivation quite quickly. We are shown how Yiyun deals with wild boars, and gets 50 experience points for each of them. But the target of absorption must be at the time of death, or if there are serious injuries. If the target dies, it is impossible to absorb. Also, if you consume inanimate creatures, your stamina will be restored. Yiyun stretched out his palm and began to absorb the dark green matter while recovering. Yiyun also says that the system has its own perception, and that it helps to avoid many problems. A notification window appears stating that a new group of demons has appeared 328 feet to the southwest. Yiyun says that after killing these boars, he will reach the 5th stage of body tempering. We see him deal with all the boars, but he says that this is not enough to raise the level. Later that night, in the backyard of the Yi family estate, Yiyun walks into the building tired, while wondering what kind of barrier appeared when he continued to kill the demons. He received a message that the inner circle is restricted, and in order to open it, it is necessary to combine the forces of the 3 main clans. But Yiyun left that problem for tomorrow. He opens the door to the manor, and almost gets hit in the face with a dagger. But before he can react, he jumps to the right. He turns around and sees a group of people in raincoats, where one of them tells how Yiyun dared to kill his people and says that he is impudent. Death and murderous intent can be seen in his eyes. This was Yikun, the elder's son, and he had the 6th stage of body tempering. Yiyun says his name and remembers in his head that all the cultivators except Yikun have reached the 7th body tempering. Yikun mentions the corpse poison he got from the southern borders, and is surprised that he didn't finish it off. So, where is he concerned that Yiyun was able to reach the 5th body tempering in just 2 days? But he dismisses it, and says that heaven has given him an opportunity. Then he pounces on Yiyun, but at the same moment the young master takes him by the hand. Not expecting such a speed, Yi-kun does not have time to do anything. And a second later, Yi-yun breaks his arm. A loud crunch thundered, and after it the screams of the robber leader. After that, the other two ran to help Yi-kun. Yi-kun calls Yi-yun a beast and promises to kill him. But the young master drags him through and breaks his knee. We see the bone break, and after kicking the ground with his foot, an infernal scream is released, and Yi-kun begins to cry in pain. Immediately, one of the robbers comes up and tells Yi-yun to hand him over, so he did, and he kicked him into the crowd, and at the same time, everyone fell down. The young master says that he didn't know what to do after killing the demons, but starts to smile and say that they themselves came to give the experience. I can see the fire in his eyes. Yi-kun is shouting for Yi-yun to be taken alive, because a certain gentleman wants to personally say goodbye to him. The remaining bandits get up and go into battle, but Yi-yun rushes into the crowd with lightning speed and quickly neutralizes everyone. The last remaining robber does not understand how Yi-yun so quickly coped with everyone. And where did he get such speed while having the fifth body tempering? But before he knew it, he already managed to grab his throat young master and throws it on the ground. Yi-kun in fear does not understand how this is possible and asks him not to approach while holding his broken arm. Yi-yun slowly walks towards him, mocking the fact that he likes to poison people. The leader of the robbers once again shouted, "Do not approach," but it was too late. Yi-yun grabbed him and used the fire poison palm technique. But this time there was no explosion. Instead, he started to burn and yell in pain, saying that he didn't have the guts to kill him. Otherwise, one day he will find and avenge this humiliation. Yi-yun says that he won't be able to do this anymore and starts absorbing. Dark matter engulfs Yi-kun, and all of his cultivation disappears. After a few seconds, the system window appears, where it says that the absorption is completed and 500 experience points have been received. There is also another window with congratulations on raising the 6th stage of body tempering, after Yi-yun says that we will pay him back for what he did, but only tenfold, and then orders him to get out of his yard. He asks if Yi-kun understood him, but he lies in fear and exhausted, unable to answer him. We are being transported to the manor of a Yi family elder from Bayun City. There are wounded soldiers lying everywhere, and one of them asks that a message be sent as soon as possible about the elder's speedy return. In the distance, Yi-yun can be seen with several corpses lying behind them. Not only had he absorbed a lot of cultivation on this trip, but he had also found the key to the great elder's treasury. Due to the large amount of cultivation absorbed, Yi-yun is surrounded by dark matter. The key looks like an emerald-colored rune. He remembers how he killed Yi-kun's Danshin, and realizes that his father will come back for revenge someday. We are shown Yi Chang, Yi-kun's father, an elder of the Yi family, as well as a second-degree master of the Blood Kai Monastery. He looks like an old man with an excellent body. He has gray hair, but this does not prevent him from looking menacing. And he is also dressed in a red robe with flame signs. Even with his previous body tempering, Yi-yun isn't ready for a battle with him. He's worried that it might happen pretty soon, so he has to prepare hard. A window appears stating that there is a large treasure 16 feet to the southeast. Yi-yun turns around and sees the way to the dungeon. After passing through the corridor, he inserts the key into the cell that fits the shape. After that, a giant door opened. Entering it, Yi-yun sees a mountain of gold and other jewels. Here you can see chests, scrolls, a lot of books, figures, and relics. Everything is very sparkling and shiny. He says that all the treasures of Chang that he has been saving up for all these long years will be his. Yi-yun starts absorbing all these treasures. Several notification windows appeared, which said that when absorbing various jewels, experience was gained, as well as combat techniques. Yi-yun eventually obtained the 9th level of body tempering. A status window opened, which changed a lot, and a new technique appeared in it, such as the spiritual radiance sword technique. Finishing the absorption, he says that taking pills is still more effective. But at this moment, he pays attention to the notification window that appears that a 3rd order spiritual weapon, spiritual execution sword, has been discovered. With the help of the Force, Yi-yun draws the weapon into his hands and says that this weapon can resist against martial arts in the abode of great masters. The The sword is surrounded by blue flames. In the next second, he puts this weapon in the system storage. This storage is unlimited, and you can also store healing elixirs in case of an emergency. With a smirk, Yiyun says that Yi Changyi will die from his own weapon. Later, he walks along the cliff road and says that it's time for him to get out of here, because there is practically nothing left to absorb. But at this moment, a stranger can be heard shouting from afar, saying that he has finally found the young master. This stranger turns out to be the Yi family's butler, Wumo. Yiyun addresses him as uncle and asks what he is doing here. But in a hurry, the butler says that the head has returned, grabs Yiyun's hand, and leads him along. We are shown the head dripping with blood. His name is Yi Wushwang. He is seriously injured. The butler standing next to him says that it's better for him to rest, and that nothing will happen to the young master. But the head says he won't rest until he sees it with his own eyes. Later, Yiyun runs into the building and says, "Father." The father tries to say something to Yun in surprise, but because of the serious injuries, he starts coughing. Yiyun walks over and asks his uncle what's going on and why his father is so badly injured. He begins to explain that after the young master was poisoned, his father went in search of an antidote. But in one of the sorties, he was seriously injured when fighting with demonic beasts in a dangerous fog swamp. But Yi Wushwang interrupts him and tells him to bring the mysterious elixir as soon as possible. It looks like a green sphere that glitters. Father says that it will get rid of 30% of the poison. We learn that it is a second-order elixir that will remove some of the poison and increase the cultivation level. The head promises that he will do everything to get rid of all the poison. Yiyun is surprised that his father risked his life to find an elixir that only removes 30% of the poison. His father starts coughing up blood and tells him to take the antidote immediately. But Yiyun thought about it and realized that he didn't deserve the kind of fatherly love that he was treated like a real son. At this point, his hand is wrapped in a transparent dark cloth, and he presses it to his father. Yi Wusheng asks where his son got so much cultivation from, and later he realizes that his wounds have already healed. Yiyun says that he received enlightenment from his mentor, and the poison has already left his body. He also says that he has reached the 9th stage of cultivation, and that father doesn't have to worry about him. He passes the healing elixir to his father, saying that he will return to normal after taking them. Perplexed, the father asks where he got this elixir, and whether it was the mentor who gave him this elixir. But Yiyun is telling the truth that he robbed Elder Yi Chang's treasury, and also that he destroyed Yi Kun's danshan, so that he can't cultivate anymore. Everyone is stunned and perplexed, because Yiyun didn't think about the consequences, and the servants thought that the master would be furious. But the head just started laughing. He started to praise his son, and that he didn't expect Yiyun to be able to arrange something like this in his absence. The servants, not expecting such a reaction, began to say that it was not the time to praise him. But after that, he says that Yi Changyi will not just leave it, and will definitely come to take revenge, and says that even having the status of the head of the Yi family, Yi Chang and chased him for many years because his cultivation stopped at the first degree of the Blood Kai Monastery. We are shown all of Yi Chang's associates. They are all other elders. They joined in to overthrow Yi Wusheng as the head of the Yi family. He says that we should be extremely careful because there may be attempts on our lives. At this moment, Yiyun tells his father not to worry, because if they come here, he will personally make sure that they don't leave here alive. He says this with a smirk and sinister eyes. At this moment, there is a rumbling sound from the main gate, and 3 individuals appear, one of them asking if this is the head of the Yi family. It was the other elders that were shown earlier. One of them says that Grand Elder Yi Changmi has ordered the entire family to come to the council hall immediately, and that there should be no delays. Yiyun was not very happy when he heard this, and later on, we are taken to the council hall where we see the Grand Elder. He is dressed in a red robe, and next to him, there is an air of anger and unprecedented strength. On his left is a guard, and on the right are 3 people, where one is sitting on a chair, and the rest are standing in cloaks. And in the middle stands a man and says that Yiyun beat up their guys. but also tortured young Master Kun. Then in the hall, there were people from the Yi family who only said that Yi Yun got into serious trouble, and that he will definitely die. And then loud words are uttered that he also took the key to the treasury and robbed her. The elder is so enraged that a giant flame is caught around him, and an unknown person asks the elder to punish the young master. After saying that, the elder turns around and shouts that he will tear Yi Yun to pieces. We are shown two assassins in gray robes. We are also shown the second elder of the Yi family, Yi Ming, shouting that Yi Yun is a dirty and impudent scumbag, and how he dared to raise his hand against his close comrades while beating the table with his fist. In the next second, an explosion occurs at the main gate, so that some people just fly away. After that, everyone is concerned. The second elder asks what right he has to cause trouble here. We are shown Yi Yun, who came here alone, saying that they were the ones who attacked first. Yi Chang says the young master's name in surprise, and says that the young master didn't even bow when he saw the supreme elder. But Yi Yun interrupts and says that he himself does not follow the rules, and has no right to teach him. Then he asks what he's worth, and if he even deserves a place in place of his father. Yi Changyi was even more furious when he heard these words. Yi Yun scoffs, and says that his rightness has left the elder speechless. His father walks behind him and asks if he's late. Yi Yun said that he wasn't late, and the show was about to start. Yi Wusheng reproaches Yi Chang for trying to start a rebellion. Yi Chang chuckles and says that Yi Wusheng is just a mediocre person, and that he can't be the head of the Yi family without having something under his belt. After that, he raises his hands and says that only a capable person can occupy the post of the family, and then asks this from his entourage. They press their hands together and began to say that only the Grand Elder could hold this position, and that they were willing to serve him. Yi Wusheng asks the remaining elders why they don't want to fight Yi Changgu, who apologetically say that the lives of their children and wives are in the Grand Elder's hands. Yi Changgu says that if he kills his son now, then he will definitely spare his life. But Yi Yun quickly gets behind the elder's back and launches a fire poison palm strike. But the Supreme Elder managed to react quickly and used the dark wind palm technique. Everyone else is puzzled as to how he can fight an elder who has reached the second degree of the Blood Kai abode on equal terms. The elder says that Yi Yun is a and will never be able to defeat him. But at this moment, the young master uses the system storage to draw his sword and delivers one precise blow to Yi Changgu's torso. After that, the elder drops dead. He says what it means to die by your own sword, and at that moment one of the assassins is behind Yi Yun and makes a blow, but Yi Yun manages to dodge. The assassin says that Yi Yun not only maimed the family's favorite son-in-law, but also recklessly killed the elder, and says that Yi Yun Navachto does not put the Yi family. The head asks if Yi Yun is in order, and gets a positive answer. You can see that Yi Yun is worried and wary. We are initiated into one of the families that have taken a powerful position in Qingyang County, the Yang family. Yi Kun just recently also wanted to enter their family through marriage. The Grand Elder can be seen asking for this. Not only did the Yang family want to join forces with the Yi family, but they also demanded that all of their people give up their surnames as a side branch of the lineage. We are shown Yi Yun coming out of a cloud of smoke, saying that the old man was so arrogant, and maybe he wanted to appease the Yang family. After that, he says that although the Yi family is not so prestigious, but it will not sink so low to such a level. An assassin from the Yang family uses the technique, shrouds himself in a blue aura, and shouts that if Yi Yun cuts his throat, he will let his father die in peace without suffering. The second assassin tells his brother not to stand on ceremony and not talk nonsense, saying that now he will kill the and then his father. He starts using the technique, charging his sword with a green aura, and then shouts freeze, making a powerful blow with a swing. He pounces on Yi Yun and tells him to prepare for death, but Yi Yun stops the kick with his fingers. It can be seen that Yi Yun stopped him without even using half of his strength, and he didn't flinch or move away, like it was a baby's punch. Assassin doesn't understand what's going on. There's a look of incomprehension on his face. The thought flashes through his mind that how could Yi Yun stop such a strong blow without flinching. After a second, Yi-yun says that the third degree of the Blood Kai abode is not so strong that he expected much more power from this blow, and making a vertical strike kills the opponent. Before the blow, the assassin manages to let out a meticulous cry. Everyone in the hall was in disbelief. Someone was shouting, "How is this possible?" And someone said that Yi-yun was completely crazy, that he killed the Grand Elder, and then a member of the Yang family. The other assassin was terrified, as he watched his brother die in just one blow. Yi-yun started the takeover, and he reacted very calmly and said that he did the same thing that they did, that if someone wants to kill him, he will kill in return. He crossed his fingers and it flashed, and in the next second after saying that, he used the sword technique Spiritual Radiance, and 1,000 swords appeared similar to a spiritual sword. Everyone in the audience is stunned, because this is a high-level technique, and no one expected Yi-yun to be able to use it. After that, Yi-yun calmly says that those present have two options. Either they obey the head and worship him in loyalty, or he kills everyone and cuts them to pieces. After these words, fear for their lives hung over everyone present. After that, he turns to the remaining assassin and says that he is unlikely to give up and probably wants revenge. The assassin says yes. There was fear and worry on his face. Then Yi-yun snapped his fingers and attacked with all his swords. But the assassin managed to put up a circular barrier that protected him. But not for long. The barrier began to crack from the numerous blows, and the assassin knew that this was the end. That because the technique was so strong, the sword's energy was too much, and that it would no longer be able to hold back the barrier. And then the barrier shattered, and the remaining swords pierced through it. We are shown Yi-yun, who lights up and points his finger at him and says that he has chosen the right path for him. We are shown two brothers who are lying dead on the floor of the hall. After that, Yi-yun starts absorbing, and then a notification window appears where it says that the absorption was successful, and about receiving 60,000 experience points. After that, he receives the second degree of the Blood Kai Monastery, and then the third degree of the Blood Kai Monastery. We are shown two dead brothers, and their cultivation is being drained. After that, another notification window appears where it says that Yi-yun can use 5-fold attack speed. Yi-yun is very happy about this, and understands that he can now strengthen the attack with the transition to a new level of abode. Afterward, we are shown that some of the elders are looking at Yi-yun in alarm. One of them thinks about how Yi-yun became so strong, and how he was able to kill Grand Elder Yi Changyi and the two young family envoys, and they realize that he is too strong. There is only one outcome left for them, and that is service. Immediately, some of them prostrate themselves and are afraid to say anything, because they are waiting for the outcome, just like with the elder or the brothers of the Yang family. Yi-yun says that those who were forced to run errands for Yi Changyi will be able to regain their dignity if they help get rid of the remnants of the traitorous group. He also says that the 5 elders and the compatibility of traitors, he will deprive of cultivation and ban in the dungeon for life. We can see that all 5 elders are not very happy with this decision. Fear is written on every face, and then they are taken prisoner. The second elder shouts that Yi-yun is too arrogant, and that he will quickly make strong enemies, and also that the entire Qingyang County would know about today, and that the Yang family would not ignore it, and that sooner or later, Yi-yun will destroy the Yi family as well. My father comes to Yun-eru and asks if he is injured. Yi-yun tells him not to worry about it, and that all of Changya's people have been removed, so no one will come after them. Father says that Yun-er has grown up to be worthy, and that it is Yi-yun who will take over as the head of Yi. But the young master, with a serious look, asks when the seal on the secret cave of the Black Moon will be lifted. Father says that the barrier will be removed when the 3 great powers unite, but only after 10 days, and asks why he needs such information. And we are initiated into the history of the secret cave of the Black Depth, that it is located in the deep part of the Black Moon mountain range, and it is home to many powerful demonic beasts. We are shown completely different demonic beasts. Some of them can't be described. We see a griffin, numerous crystals that are found everywhere, and also show us a dragon. There are also many rare and valuable treasures stored there, making it an ideal haven for martial artists to cultivate. In order to prevent the endless influx of martial artists who would quickly exhaust all resources, the three great Bayun families sealed the cave 100 years ago and agreed that the seal could only be removed once every 3 years. Once every 3 years, the great families can send their strong disciples to the cave to cultivate and collect treasures. The secret cave itself is filled with a spiritual aura. After Yi Yun realizes that he needs to train more, there are a lot of Blood Kai masters in the current Yang family. Rumor has it that their eldest son, Yang Longjin, is at the peak of his Blood Kai domain. Yi Yun understands that in order to fight, he needs to become stronger. In his eyes, you can see all the seriousness and purposefulness. And to do this, he will have to go to the secret cave of the Black Moon. We are transported to another area where there is a waterfall. We see Yi Yang swimming towards the treasure under the water. Before that, he took the underwater breath pills and can safely stay at the bottom of the lake. An alert window appears saying that he will soon be swimming towards the treasure. Yi Yun is getting closer to the treasure and calls it the spirit chest. It looked like a giant seaweed. By touching it, he gains 4,000 experience points, and by absorbing these treasures, he was able to ascend to the 3rd degree of the Blood Kai abode. We are shown the status window of Yi Yun's stats. After that, he swims out of the water and swims to the shore. And later, he saw a beautiful girl, and he couldn't turn his eyes away. When she saw him, she was embarrassed and shouted, "Ah, pervert." After that, we see a stranger running after Yi Yun, who says that she misunderstood everything, and that it was a misunderstanding. When Yi Yun climbs to the shore, the stranger shouts that he is a creature, and it would be better for him to die. As she prepares to slap her palm, Yi Yun says once again that this is a misunderstanding while grabbing her hand. But at that moment, she spits out a blood clot. Yi Yun grabs her and anxiously asks what's wrong with her, and if everything is fine, she tells him to get off her. Then he sees a giant sword wound on his right shoulder. After some time, we see a giant gang of robbers running. The leader says that he found it and tells them to go on the attack. We see a formidable man who says that she knows how to run away. Then he tells Yi Yun to get lost if life is precious, because this beauty is the target of the wild horse gang. Yi Yun hugs the girl to him and remembers about this wild horse gang. They are a notorious gang of thieves and looters who hang around Bayan. They often loot cities and commit all sorts of crimes. The gang leader says that as soon as he pulls the saber out of its scabbard, Yi Yun will be in trouble. But a second later, Yi Yun appears from behind and says that he is the same, and makes a lightning strike. The leader drops dead. Blood splatters everywhere. The horse runs away, dropping all the jewels. After that, Yi Yun says that everyone else is on the 1st degree of Blood Kai, and that they don't waste much time in vain. They didn't listen to him as they attacked him. But before they could do anything, they took turns dying at Yi Yun's hands. After all this, Yi Yun holds the girl in his arms. A notification window appears where it says that you can start absorbing 7 people, as well as a large number of things that were with them, and the system can absorb all this at once. Yi Yun sees this option for the first time and immediately uses it, saying that it saves quite a lot of time. We see him stretching out his hand and absorbing everything at once. A notification window appears where it says that you have gained 220,000 experience, as well as reaching the 4th degree of the abode of Blood Kai. We see Yi Yun leave with the girl in his arms. After a while, they are still together, and the stranger asks Yun to wait for her, and then thanks him for saving and healing her, and apologizes for misunderstanding the situation at the lake. She also introduced herself. Her name is Qin Yao. She asks his name and where he's from. He says that his name is Yi Yun, and that he is from the Yi family of Bayun City. Yi Yun says that Wild Horse's gang has committed various crimes, and that he would kill them for the sake of the common people as well. Qin Yao says that she is from the Kaiwun sect of Qinyang County. He came here with the elders to recruit outstanding students, and suggests Yi Yun join as well. But at this time, fireworks can be seen in the distance, indicating that something has happened, and before Yi Yun can finish listening, he runs away, saying that they will meet again. The girl asks Yi-yoon to wait, but gets no response and Yi-yoon runs away. When we are transported to someone's estate, we see a lot of wounded and killed soldiers. Someone calls out our name and says that Yi-yoon disrupted the wedding of the Yi and Yong families and killed 2 of his messengers. It turns out to be Young Kingmu, the general manager of the Yong family. He has the 6th degree of the abode of blood Kai. He irritably says that he is quite bold for a loser who has lost his cultivation. Young Kingmu himself is depicted as a middle-aged man. He has green hair and green clothing. Behind him is an army of assassins from the Yang family. We are shown the injured head of the Yi family yelling at Yun-er to run away. Yi-yun tells young Kingmu to start praying that his death will be quick and painless, and then he launches several quick, ranged attacks with his sword. All the assassins started to worry because the attacks were so fast that they didn't even see him make them, and some of them screamed in pain as their legs were cut open. Their screams were so loud and terrifying. Young Kingmu and the assassins were startled when they saw this. Despair and fear descended upon them. They didn't understand how Yi-yun had managed to land the blows in such a short time. Yi-yun sneeringly said that the Young family is very slow in thinking. The entire Young family group was concerned about Yi-yun's speed, and some started saying that they had never seen anything like it, and that his speed was top-notch. After Yi-yun went to his father and asked if he was okay, his father told him not to worry about him now, but to take care of the Young family. Young Kingmu is perplexed because Yi-yun is only at the 4th degree of the blood Kai abode, but his martial techniques are on a different level and can even be compared to the geniuses of the Young family. Young Kingmu says that Yi-yun is worth something. Afterwards, Young Kingmu says that the Young family doesn't care about Changa's death, and that he was just a puppet, and that if this place is replaced by Yi-yun, then he might spare the lives of the Yi family by pointing fingers at Yun. Yi-yun said with a smirk that a weakling like Young Kingmu was worthy of saying such things to the Yi family. Young Kingmu, not appreciating the audacity, takes a stance and uses the King Hong sword technique. His sword is enveloped in green flames, and then the entire field is enveloped in green rays. Yi-yun also uses the Spirit Execution Sword, but then a stranger comes between them and says stop. He says that young people should listen to him. Young Kingmu then recognizes the stranger as Elder Q. All the assassins of the Young family are shocked with this information. From their words, we learn that this is Elder Q Kingyun of the Kaiwan sect, and also that he is a master of the 1st stage of the Supreme Abode. Kaiwan is a prestigious sect, and it also includes many of the best royal-level martial artists. Elder Q appears as a man with a giant sword on his back. He says that he has come to return the favor to Mr. Yi. He also wants to personally ask if Yi-yun wants to join the Kaiwan sect, after saying that the members of Yang's family don't understand why Yi-yun was offered such a place. We also learn that the Kaiwan sect only accepts disciples once every 100 years, and they must meet strict requirements. The elders won't just invite just anyone, and that this offer is so valuable that no one will refuse it. But Yi-yun refuses the offer and says that he likes to train people and dogs himself. Young Kingmu seems to have fallen for the aggression and was about to attack, but Elder Q stops him, asking if he understood what he just said. At the same time, the elder threatened to ask if the Young family would not want to become an enemy of the Kaiwan sect. Young Kingmu said that he didn't want to become an enemy, but at this time, he felt the strongest power coming from the master of the Supreme Abode. He warns that if Yi-yun sets foot in Qingyang County again, he will personally remove his head, and then tells his assassin to leave. But Yi-yun asks if he allowed them to leave, saying that Kingmu should leave the hand that injured his father, and in the next second, he is standing behind Young Kingmu and preparing to strike. Just as Young Kingmu was getting smacked, the next moment Yi-yun took his hand and broke it. After Young Kingmu shouts, he lashes out at Yoon, but at the same time, Yoon says that he made a mistake and should have taken his other hand and jumps up and breaks it. Elder Q looked on with a surprised look. Young Kingmu is already standing with 2 broken arms, but then says that he will never forget today's insult and will definitely take revenge. The assassin from the Yang family and Yang Kingmu stand in horror. And then they leave. Yang Kingmu says that he will pay back twice as much in the future. Yun says with a smirk that he's not like that and Yang Kingmu isn't that capable. And then the entire army of assassins leaves. He approaches his son and says that he is very grateful. And he didn't know what would have happened if Yun hadn't arrived on time. He looks very injured. He thanked the elder for freeing them. After that, Elder Q himself comes up to him and tells him that head, ye should not be so formal. And then he says that he came here at Yao Er's request, because she repeatedly asked Elder Q to thank the young master. From behind, we are shown Qin Yao, who says that she has found an outstanding genius. Then he turns to Yi Yun and gives him the golden gap, and says that if Yi Yun ever changes his mind and wants to practice in the Kaiwen sect, then he can use the golden brooch and go to the entrance exam. Yi Yun thinks about the suggestion and realizes that sooner or later, in order to absorb more experience points, sooner or later, he will have to leave this place and go to the Kaiwen sect as an alternative. Then he says thank you, and in the next second, Elder Kyu says he's leaving. Azure waves appear around him, and he disappears. After that, a warrior runs up and tells the head that no one died on their side, but everyone who wanted to go to the secret cave was seriously injured and will not be able to go to the cave. We will learn that the opening of the barrier will take place in 7 days. But Yi Yun tells them not to worry about it, and that he has some treasures and uses the system storage. And immediately everyone has a box. Yi Yun says it's a high-end medicinal elixir. Everyone is in shock. Chapter E asks where Yun got so many potions from. He says he accidentally got it. Some of the potions he collected from the Wild Horse Gang and sent them to the vault. And then he says that these elixirs will not only help heal wounds, but also go to the next stage of the abode of Blood Kai. Everyone is very happy and grateful to the young master. We are transported to the Black Moon mountain range 7 days later. Yi Yun, his father, and some other warriors are heading towards the secret cave. Because of such a strong aura, blue flames can be seen everywhere. They walk confidently, preparing to enter. But someone behind them says that they haven't seen each other for a long time. Referring to Chapter E, we see a different family. At the front is Zhu Yuanlei, who has the 6th degree of the Blood Kai abode. He asks where Grand Elder Yi Chang is, because he was the one who used to take the Yi family here. Next to him is his son, Zhuxiang. Then the head of the Yi family calls Yi Chang a scoundrel and says that they kicked him out of the family. After that, we are shown a very muscular and tall man. This is Zhen Yinfei, the head of the Zhen family. He's holding a giant mace. He is in the 7th degree of the abode of Blood Kai. He scoffs that only such a group can be allowed by the great Yi family, and says that the Yi family has fallen into decline. Standing next to him is Zhen Tianlong, the son of Zhen Yinfeng. After Zhu Xing says that compared to this year, their situation has improved a lot, and now they don't need special care. And he says that before, as soon as a group of the Yi family entered the cave, they were attacked by spiritual beasts, and if it wasn't for their people, they would have died long ago. Some were deliberately. Yi Yun says that special care is still needed this year. After we are shown Group E, they are all standing up, and Yi Yun says that they will take special care. There is a surge of energy from behind the counter, and the entire Zhen family group almost falls over. Chapter Zhen Yinfeng says that how is this possible, and that the entire E group is at the 3rd degree of the abode of Blood Kai. Everyone is in shock and does not understand how family members were able to move to the next level in a few days. Yi Yun asks why they are so surprised, and why they haven't lifted the seal on the Black Moon secret cave yet, while chuckling. After that, Zhen Yinfeng shouts that they will see who needs help. After that, Yi Yun says that they will take a look now, and then all 3 heads of families begin to open the barrier. The barrier is removed, and everyone runs into the cave. We are taken inside the secret cave of the Black Moon. There is a lot of spiritual energy in this cave, which means that they will pump faster here. One of the Yi family's group says that with the help of a spiritual herb, the cultivation power will increase a lot. A notification window appeared. It says that there are many sacred treasures a kilometer to the northwest. Yi-yun is very satisfied that with the help of hints, he can easily find treasures to raise his cultivation. After that, he tells his group to come back before sunset, and then they jump into the depths of the forest. The Changhe assassins tell their young master that it's time for them to speed up, because all the treasures can go to the Yi family. But he says that he is using Group E as a scout, and if they find a danger, they will have to deal with it, and the exhausted Group E will not be able to resist if they are suddenly attacked. The Changhe family's assassins say that if they kill Yi-yun, the Yi family won't just let it go. But the young man starts laughing like a madman and says that this place is teeming with dangerous monsters and that no one can prove their guilt. But all the assassins fall to their knees and say that the young master is very wise. And then he starts saying that if they say that they were killed by a beast, then no one will suspect that they did it. In the next second, Yi-yun appears from behind him and holds a sword to Zhu's throat, saying that he did something like that. All the assassins stand up and order Yi-yun to let go of the master. Zhu says that Yi-yun doesn't have the guts to do anything, and then Yi-yang throws the hostage into a group of enemies. He is immediately attacked by assassins, but he kills enemies with lightning strikes. Zhu says, "How did Yi-yun dare to do this?" Yi-yun says that it can not only injure, but also kill. Afterward, Zhu says that if Yi-yun kills him now, then his father will definitely come for revenge and kill the entire Yi family. Yi-yun agrees with his words, but says that how will they prove that it was he who killed him? Zhu is very angry. Yi-yun says that this place is full of monsters, and that if they say that a beast did it, then no one will think that it did it. Hearing this, Zhu is terrified and tries to run away, calling Yi-yun a madman. But Yi-yun grabs his head and tells him not to rush. And then it makes a takeover, calling it a special care. Zhu splashes blood and screams in pain. We are shown the ridge where the demonic beast stands. A four-toothed wolf that howls at the full greenish moon. Swords, katanas, and sabers are stuck everywhere. And then we see Group E deal with the last wolf. There are dead wolves everywhere. The whole ground is spattered with blood, and then they start collecting loot. They were second-order demon wolf pack crystals. One of the group asks Yi-yun where they should go next, but Yi-yun is looking at the stats status window. He is disappointed because his leveling speed is too slow, because along the way he absorbed monsters and treasures, as well as other groups of the Zhu family, but only went to the 5th degree of the Blood Kai abode. But his experience points are still not enough. Suddenly, a notification window appears. It said that there was a third-order spiritual elixir and green sacred fruit 300 meters to the southwest. Yi-yun was excited after all. With a third-order sacred material, only a king-level martial artist could be obtained. Immediately, he went to this place, said that he would be back soon. He was worried about his group, because such a treasure is protected by ferocious and dangerous beasts. We are being carried to the bottom of the cliff. In the cliff, you can see a tree without leaves, and bats fly around it. The entire canyon is surrounded by fog, where nothing can be seen. After that, we see green sacred fruits, spiritual elixirs of the third order. A flock of bats are sleeping in a nearby tree. Yi-yun says that they are grimwind bats, third-order demonic beasts. He was very curious about how strong these mice were. He also called them an investment in experience points, and then jumped to this tree. The grim tree bats began to use sonic attacks. Due to their overflowing power, they were surrounded by a red glow. But Yi-yun also had a sonic attack, and with it, he stuns all the bats. You can see how powerful his ability is. And then with accurate and lightning-fast attacks, he kills all the mice. Without even opening his eyes, he calmly deals with all the enemies. All the mice fall to the ground dead. After killing everyone, he jumps towards the tree but when he stepped on the ground, a giant jaw came out from under it, which almost killed Yi-yun, but managed to jump away and escape. A large number of third-order demonic beasts, black-scaled crocodiles, were gathered around Yi-yun. But he jumps on the sword and makes a giant push that simultaneously stuns everyone with a crocodile, after which he attracts the sword and uses the sword technique of spiritual radiance. and countless blades appear around him, which kill all demonic beasts. Due to the number of blades, a tornado formed, which devoured the remaining beasts, and after he uses group absorption, the notification window appears, which says that the group absorption is completed and 500,000 experience points have been received. Another window appeared that said that he had obtained the 7th degree of the Blood Kai abode. Yiyun leveled up 2 levels at once. After all this, he goes to the tree where the green sacred elixirs grow. But at that moment, someone will attack Yiyun. It turns out to be an old acquaintance. This is Zhen Yinfeng, who attacked Yiyun with his group. He says that he has long since put his eyes on these green sacred fruits and advised that Yiyun should leave if his life is precious to him. Yiyun was worried and didn't expect this. After that, he stretched out his hand and started using the technique, his hand wrapped in dark matter. He said that Zhen Yinfeng couldn't do anything by provoking him. The giant fell for the provocation and attacked Yiyun, shouting that such a loser wouldn't be able to do anything. Swinging the giant mace, he already hits Yiyun, but his strike is stopped by the defensive barrier. Yiyun asks that this is all he can do. The giant doesn't understand anything, and before he can say anything, Yiyun dodges with quick movements and lightly hits the big man's side, causing him to fly away on the ground, scattering blood. The impact was so strong that a shock wave formed around Yiyun, and the entire area where they were standing was cracked. After that, Zhen Yinfeng flies into the wall, and a giant cloud of smoke is formed. Zhen Yinfeng's group were worried and started calling out to the young master. Yiyun says that Zhen will lose his life if he touches anything he wants. He gestures for people to approach him, teasing their enemies. We are shown a bull completely covered in scratches and wounds. His eyes are tight and angry. He says that he is very interested. But Yiyun won't be able to get out of the gorge alive. He wipes the blood from his mouth and takes out a red pill, and immediately swallows it. Yiyun doesn't understand what it is, but he's worried that anything can happen. We are shown a fully restored Zhen Yinfeng. It was a pill that gives incredible power. He gritted his teeth, his eyes turned completely white, and veins bulged all over his body. His muscles grew several times, causing all of his clothes to rip apart except for his groin. His aura became so much bigger and stronger that it engulfed him completely like fire. His hair stood on end, and he began to laugh furiously. The ground began to crack under his feet. Then he shouted that Yiyun was definitely going to die today. 2 of Zhen Yinfeng's group started discussing what the head had eaten. It was a second-order blood Kai elixir. Eating it temporarily triples its power. The giant took the mace in his hands and was preparing to strike, saying that he was giving Yiyun another chance. If he knelt down and called him father, he would have mercy and spare his life. As he spoke, his eyes began to sparkle. Yiyun was standing in front of him, and it felt like he was standing against a cliff. But Yiyun, with a smirk on his face, told Zhen Yinfeng to enjoy the last minute of his life, and that he was going to make him run off to Daddy's house in tears. Meanwhile, outside the cave, 3 heads were standing at the entrance. One of them said they should be back soon. He was worried about his son Yun'er. He was so worried that he was dripping with sweat. But at this moment, the head of the Chang'e family says that Head Yi is too silent, and asks if he's worried about his son. There's a smirk on his face. He says that there are a lot of monsters inside the cave, and that it is quite normal to get out of there injured. But he also says that even if the group does not meet monsters, sooner or later, everyone will fight among themselves for treasures. The head of the Zhen family says that they are on their own, and that if one of them gets hurt or dies, it will only be their fault and a sign of weakness. He says this while laughing. The heads are standing at the back and are concerned about these words. After that, the head of the family, Zhuxiang, says that these rules were set by the ancestors, and they must comply with them, and that he hoped that he wouldn't be offended if his son and group came dead. The head of the Yi family says that he is really worried about his son, but not about his safety, but that Yiyun will have so much fun that he won't want to go back, and in the end, he laughs. After that, there is an explosion and a roar at the gate. From the mysterious Black Moon Cave, Zhen's group flies out. They are all injured, and some have already lost consciousness. Senbai Chief Jen shouts the name of his son Longer, his eyes filled with worry. His son falls unconscious next to him. He's bleeding out. A father picks up his son and asks if he's okay and what's going on. A rumble can be seen from behind, and the remaining Jen group also flies and falls to the ground. Longer opens his eyes and barely speaks, trembling as he says that he is in pain. He does not stop saying that he is in pain, and after barely saying that it was Yi Yun who did it, that it was all his fault, the father examines his son and realizes that all his bones are broken, as well as there are numerous injuries. He is very concerned about his situation and well-being. After Yi Yun is shown walking out of the mysterious Black Moon cave with a sword on his back, Yi's group also follows him out. He turns to Chapter Zhen and says that his son cried for him in the cave, and that he had kindly agreed to take him out of the cave to see his father. And he said that Senbai didn't have to thank him. But he does not pay attention to his words, but is still concerned about his son and tries to bring him to his senses, shouting so that he wakes up. Then he turns to Yi Yun and says with an angry look on his face that he will definitely take revenge and tear him to pieces. The head of the Chang family is shouting and pointing, asking Yi Yun what's going on here, and why only the Yi family's group came out of the secret cave of the Black Cave, and where is the Zhu family's group. Yi Yun scoffingly says that he gave them special care, and that the secret cave was so dangerous that even he couldn't take care of his family's safety, and that his son and the group must have been attacked by a terrible demonic beast. The head looked very worried and anxious. He started yelling at Yi Yun that he was and used dirty tricks to hurt his son. And if he hadn't used it, why hadn't his son come out yet? Yi Yun looks calm. He turns to Zhen Yingfeng and asks him why he still hasn't come to his senses, and that he needs to kill Yi Yun, and that he was too dangerous for their families. Jing ignores this and walks with a very depressed look. The head of the Yi family asks why Chang'e doesn't follow the previously established rules, and why did they even touch on this thing? Because earlier he himself said that the head of Yi would not be offended if this happens to his son. Chang'e tells Yi Wushwang not to blame him, that he wants to apologize, and that he's going to kill his son for everything he's done. But before he can finish the word, Yi Yun grabs him by the throat and lifts him off the ground. He says that if Chang'e doesn't follow the rules, then he won't play by the rules either, and then squeezes his throat. Chang'e dies in hellish misery without saying a word or making a sound. Zhen Yingfeng, who was passing by, noticed this and couldn't believe his eyes, because Yi Yun was able to kill Chang'e instantly. We are shown a dead Chang'e covered in blood and his mouth open wider than usual. His eyes are white and his cap has fallen down beside him. Yi Yun then lets Chang'e go and says that Zhen is next, and thanks him for not interfering. Jing Yingfeng is so bold that he tells him not to be arrogant, and he quickly tries to hit Yi Yun with a spear. Yi Yun is cold-blooded and doesn't hesitate to block with his sword and doesn't get hit. After that, Zhen jumps on Yang, trying to kick him, and also promises to kick his. But Yun parries the attack, saying that Jin is a complete and will never be able to hit him. Before he knows it, the goon notices Yi Yun standing above him, marveling at his speed, and asks how Yi Yun was able to dodge his attacks. Yi Yun makes an attack and says that he is too slow. Jen Yili blocks the attack and realizes that he can't keep up with his attacks. In the next second, Yi Yun is in front of the big guy and says that he is too weak and slow, and immediately uses the technique. It looks like a shadow strike that breaks Zhang's spear. This makes Zhang shout "my spear" in disbelief, and then he makes numerous attacks on Zhang, and shouts that he just died and stopped resisting. We are shown Zhang dropping dead. He manages to cry out in pain. Group 7E is worried about their master. They also admire him, saying that he is too strong and powerful. Zhang stands up and says that he never thought that he would lose to such a weakling. He also says that for hundreds of years, the three great families lived in harmony and tranquility, but now Yi Yun is destroying it, and that if the other two families join forces, will he be able to withstand it? Yi Yun says that he is absolutely right, and that he can still defeat them, because they remain just as weak. Zheng, who understands the whole situation, says that if Yi Yun spares him, he will serve the Yi family and even be able to pull strings in the Zhu family. Yi Yun praises Zhen for his good speech and says that the three great seven have been at peace for too long, and he says that from now on, there will only be one main family in Bayan, and its 7 Yizhu who hear the words start shouting and expresses dissatisfaction. Yi Yong says that the Zhu and Zhen families have been using trips to the secret cave for years to secretly or openly members of the Yi family. Yi Yun stretches out his hand. Dark energy appears around it and says that they all need to go to hell for their crimes. Zhen, lying down and shouting, asks Yi Yun to stop. After being absorbed, Zhen dies.
The action takes place in the city of Bayan in the estate of the Zhu family. Be careful with fire and candles in hot weather, someone shouted. Then we see Han Li, the right-hand man of the Wild Horse Gang, asking how much longer they have to wait. Then we see Zhu Tianhao, who is Zhu Yuanlei's brother. Tianhao asked Commander Han not to get angry since their master hadn't given the signal yet. They would have to wait a little longer. Han was aggressive. He asked if they hired the Wild Horse Gang but didn't believe that they could deal with the Zhen and Yi families. Han asked if they didn't trust him and his guys. Tianhao said that Commander Han is very good at martial arts, so of course they trust them. However, Tianhao said that in order for everything to go right, they should wait for their master's plan to succeed and then start acting. Each of the families chose their own elite members who went on a treasure hunt for the secret cave. Tianhao said that following their plan, once the Black Moon treasure hunt was over and the Zhen family relaxed their vigilance, their master would deal a fatal blow to Zhen Yingfeng, and then they would come to the rescue. He said that then they would only need to kill the heads of the families and their main forces, because then the rest of the mass, left without masters, would have no reason to disobey. Han Lai exclaimed that he understood. The commander then said that they, the so-called prestigious and righteous people, use tricks that are much dirtier than the tricks of people like Han Lai. Tianhao said that the end justifies any means, but if the city authorities find out about it, they will have to ask Commander Han to take the hit. With a crazy smile, Han Lai said that they didn't have to worry about that, since they had paid them, they would take care of everything. Then, he suddenly took out his sword. Han decided to immediately warn them that his saber liked blood the most. Han Lai said that therefore, when he starts killing, he doesn't need to be stopped. Tianhao said that if Commander Han could help him get rid of the Zhen and Yi families today, he would be only too happy. Why should I stop you? Tianhao asked with a smile. Commander Han said that today he would show them what the Wild Horse Gang was like. Suddenly, someone barged in and said that they wouldn't be able to slaughter his Yi family. It was Yoyang. He said that they wouldn't be able to do it, at least with this level of martial arts. They were shocked and wondered about when Yoyang came in. Since you came here by yourself, then die, Commander Han shouted. They then attacked Yoyang. However, the hero managed to jump back. Yoyang just chuckled and thought about how they wouldn't be fooled. He then attacked Commander Han Lai, after which, he struck down Yi Tianhao with a punch. The man started coughing up blood and flew backwards from the impact. Then, everyone else decided to kill Yoyang as well. The hero exclaimed that they were all going to die today. A life and death battle had begun. Tianhao was terrified, running away and crying out for help. When he came out of the house, he saw that all of his subordinates had fallen. Suddenly, another subordinate fell down from above, which scared Tianhao even more. He wondered in horror how this was possible. Yoyang suddenly appeared behind him and said that he had completely forgotten to tell him something. Yoyang said that Tianhao's people went to hell. The battlefield was littered with fallen Tianhao subordinates, all of whom had been slain in the battle with Yaeyang. The hero said that the Zhu and Zheng families, as well as the Wild Horse Gang, had made 3 fatal mistakes. Tianhao was terrified, but after a moment, he became angry and threw something at the hero. However, Yoyang caught it. Yoyun said that the first mistake was that they shouldn't have provoked the Yi family. Tianhao was terrified. Yoyang shattered the iron spearhead with just one hand. And then he said that their second mistake was that they shouldn't have even thought about being able to compete with the Yi family, after which he said that the third mistake they were facing right now was that they angered the vengeful Yayan. Tianhao started shouting that killing them wouldn't do him any good, because then the mayor would start proceedings. In that case, according to Tianhao, the Yi family will be in trouble. Yoyan said that everyone who disobeys will have to die today. With that, Yayan killed Tianhao. Then, suddenly, people appeared behind them. Yoyang said that his father was just in time. Yoyang said that he would leave the rest to them since he needed to visit the Zheng family. The excited man asked if this was still the young master they knew. Yoyang's father said that he was worried about his son getting carried away. And so, we are transported to the events that occur 3 days later. An old man told the head and young master that the forces of the Zhu and Zheng families involved in killing the Yi family's disciples had been destroyed. The old man said that now all the Bayan clans are saying that they will look up to the Yi family. There was a lot of gold, including expensive jewelry. Yoyang thanked his uncle. The chief said that they were lucky to escape from danger this time because of Yayan's vindictiveness. The chief said that if it wasn't for Yayan's quick mind, then perhaps the Yi family would have disappeared from Bayan City completely. Suddenly, someone came running into the room, shouting. This guy told the head that the mayor was summoning the young master to his residence for questioning. Then we see that Yaeng has already come to the mayor's office. Yoyang, standing there, thought about the fact that the mayor's residence had a lot of security. Then Yoyang saw a man sitting with his back to him and wondered if this was the mayor. Yoyang introduced himself and said that he was glad to meet the mayor. Suddenly, a lot of shells were fired at him. Yoyang immediately used defense. Mayor, what is this supposed to mean? Yoyang asked indignantly. The mayor said that Yoyang is a good fighter and has fast reflexes. He then added that Yaeng was still so young, yet he was already able to reach the 9th degree of the Blood Kai abode. He said that it was no wonder Yoyang was able to defeat two great families, Zhu and Zheng. The mayor said that Yoyang is really strong. Behind Mayor Fang Lei was his daughter, Fang Yalan. Yoyang then asked if Lei really planned to press charges. Mayor Lei didn't answer directly, but asked what Yoyang would do if Lei confirmed it. Yoyang asked if even if they originally wanted to kill the entire Yi family, they should have stood there and not fought back. Yoyang said that blind patience turns people into bullying targets. He then added that if the mayor doesn't understand even that much, then Yoyang thinks it's time to change the mayor. The mayor called Yayan a scoundrel. Their eyes clashed as the situation escalated. Suddenly, Lei said that he urgently needed eye drops because his eyes were dry. His daughter gave him the drops. Yoyang felt a little uneasy and wondered what was going on. Lei said that he was on the verge of death and his body could no longer withstand the use of energy. Lei asked the young man not to laugh. Lei then added that Yoyang was already very bold. The mayor asked him not to worry and said that he had not called Yoyang for questioning. The mayor said he had ordered an investigation into the incident between the Yi, Zhang and Zhu families. Lei knew that the Zhang and Zhu families wanted to collude with the Wild Horse Gang to kill innocent people. Lei said that no one would be sorry if such devious people died. Yoyang asked why the mayor had invited him here today. Lei said it was because he had a request for Yoyang. The mayor said that he wanted Yaeng to protect his daughter, Yalan, on the way to the Kaiyuan sect in Qingyang. Judging from the reaction, even Yalan didn't know about this. Yaeng suddenly remembered that that old man seemed to have said something about the Kaiyuan sect. Yalan got angry and started shouting that her father had promised her that he wouldn't send her anywhere. She asked him why he was sending her to the Kaiyuan sect now. Lei said that she was no longer a child and it was time for her to live alone, especially since Lei's health is getting worse and he can no longer be distracted by taking care of her. Lei said that her talent surpassed his and he had nothing else to teach her. According to him, she would only be able to become stronger in the Kaiyuan sect. Lei said that he had also found a reliable partner for her. Yaeng suddenly turned to the mayor and said that it didn't seem like he had promised him to go to the Kaiyuan sect. Lei said that joining the Kaiyuan sect would only benefit Yaeng. The mayor said that Yaeng is certainly strong, otherwise Elder Q wouldn't like him, but the Yi family can't rely on Yaeng to stand on their own 2 feet forever. He began to talk about how a short-term surge of power could indeed hold back the two great families, but it was only a temporary solution. Other families will inevitably start a riot, and then there will be another family that will be similar to the Zhang and Zhu families. Lei said that Yaeng can't protect the Yi family all the time, but more importantly, according to Lei, there are a lot of martial artists in the world. Lei thought that with his strength and talent, Yoyang wouldn't want to stay in this small town forever. The mayor said that Yi's family would only hinder Yaeng's growth. He asked Yaeng what he would say if Lei swore an oath and guaranteed that the Yi family would not be attacked or threatened as long as Lei was the head of Bayan City. However, the mayor put forward his own condition, which states that Yaeng must promise that he will protect his little Yalan and return her safely. Yoyang said that he felt that Mayor Fang had misunderstood something. Yoyang said that the Yi family is no longer the same as it once was and doesn't need anyone's protection, including the mayor's protection. What an impertinence! Lei exclaimed indignantly. The hero suddenly snapped his fingers. At the same time, swords were raised to the guards' throats. Everyone was shocked that Yoyang's men had appeared so suddenly and unnoticed. Yoyang apologized to Mayor Fin. Yalan stood in front of her father and indignantly asked Yoyang what he was doing. Yoyang's men, meanwhile, told him that they had taken control of the mayor's residence. At the same time, there were also people standing outside the mayor's residence, waiting outside and ready to carry out any order from the young master. Yoyang asked what they thought of the Yi family's strength now. He asked again if they still needed someone to protect them. The mayor thought that it was unbelievable, because all these people are at the 7th degree of the Blood Kai abode. He thought about how they hid their auras so well that even Lei didn't notice them. The mayor wondered how they were able to achieve this so quickly. The Ouyang said that the previous Yi family, whose internal conflicts had split her apart, was no longer there. According to the hero, the current Yi family won't be bullied. The Ouyang said that no one can stop the Yi family from becoming stronger. Mayor Fang smiled and said that he seemed to have misjudged the situation. However, Ouyang said that Lei was right about one thing. Lei asked excitedly what he was right about. Ouyang said that there are many martial artists in the world, and it's time to test their strength. Lei called Ouyang a scoundrel and said that since he couldn't convince him like that, he would have to use his trump card. Ouyang was prepared for Lei to attack. However, Lei suddenly hugged Ouyang and tearfully asked why a strong youth like Ouyang would bully such a weak cripple like him. The mayor said that he tried so hard to raise his daughter. He asked if Ouyang thought it was that easy. He said he only wanted to protect her. Ouyang was extremely embarrassed, and Yalan yelled at her father. She was shocked by his behavior. The old man said that if Ouyang didn't promise him this, the liar would cry every day until the end of time. Ouyang promised and asked Lei to let go of his hand. At the same time, he wondered what was going on here. Lei immediately released him and came to his senses, then said that the man should keep his word. Lei said that he expected Ouyang to take care of his little Yalan. Lei took out a book and said that this martial art was his family's legacy. The mayor said that every movement has a masculine and domineering aura. He threw this book to Ouyang and said that unfortunately, little Yalan is a woman, so she can't practice it. The mayor said that he would give the book to Ouyang as a token of his appreciation. It was written on the book that it was a brilliant Vajra style. The hero received a notification that he had received an initial Earth rank martial art. Ouyang said that in that case, he would take this book and bring Lady Yalan to Kaiyuan sect in 3 days. Then we are transported to Qingyang County. We see a man asking Brother Wang about why so many unfamiliar faces have been appearing in the city lately. Wang replied to Brother Lai and said that it was not unusual to not know this unless you were a local. Wang said that they came here because the Kaiyuan sect is recruiting students. According to Wang, Kaiyuan is one of the strongest sects in Qingyang County and the surrounding counties. There are many masters here. Wang said that since they are currently recruiting students, it is understandable that many martial artists are flocking here. VD grew, we see that Yalan and Yayan are sitting behind them. Brother Wang said that he had heard that the conditions for joining the Kaiyuan sect were extremely harsh and that there would be more than one test to pass. Wang added that this is why, although many young men and women come to the Kaiyuan sect every year, only a few succeed. He also said that even if a person passes all the tests, they will still be considered an external disciple, and only internal disciples can enjoy the cultivation resources. Li said he'd rather not go there then, and so they continued to drink. Yalan asked a subordinate to calculate them. Yalan then asked him about why he was so quiet. She asked if he was afraid of what that guy said, or if he was worried that they wouldn't be able to enter the Kaiyuan sect. Ouyang only asked her with a smile. The hero said that he was actually excited. Ouyang thought that An was just a small town in the northern region. Qingyang County is a very busy place, so there must be a lot going on. Ouyang hoped that the Kaiyuan sect wouldn't disappoint him. Yalan said that he answered very pompously. She told him not to get in the way later. We are transported to the foot of Qingniu Mountain. The Kaiyuan sect is located on Mount Qingniu. You can only enter the sect by climbing this mountain. Ouyang said that the first test is climbing a stone staircase. It was quite easy for Ouyang. He then asked Ms. Fan what she thought. Yalan, meanwhile, was trying to catch her breath. She saw Ouyang calmly climbing the stairs, and she couldn't believe that he was able to pass her so easily. She thought about how she couldn't lose face in front of him. Ouyang said that if she didn't speed up, it would soon be dark. He grabbed her arm. Yalan asked him what he was doing. Ouyang said he was doing her a favor. She was confused and wondered about why he had suddenly approached her. Yalan already imagined that he would carry her in his arms. However, Ouyang took her hands and feet and then said that it would be faster this way. Yalan was shocked. Ouyang told her not to move or grab his hand. He began to rock her, so they made their way up the stairs. Those who were climbing the stairs were shocked that something just flew past them. Yalan was shouting at Ouyang. Everyone was shocked. She screamed at him to let her go right now. And so, after a while, Ouyang finally let her go. Yalan was glad that they finally made it, but her head was spinning. There were 2 managers of the sect, Suo Yan and Guo Gang. Yan congratulated them on passing the first test. He said that since they came here, it means that they want to join the Kaiyuan sect. Yan said that their sect, however, doesn't accept everyone. According to him, future disciples must be at least 18 years old, and they must reach the level of blood and Kai. Yan said it was a power-determining stone of the Kaiyuan sect. According to the steward, this stone can recognize their age and cultivation level. Gan said that if they met the conditions, the stone would light up. If it doesn't light up, then they don't fit. The test participants who were standing behind said that as expected from the Kaiyuan sect, their conditions were harsh. They were asked not to complain and get in line. Then 2 hours passed. The master of ceremonies congratulated everyone who passed the power-determining stone test. Yan said that they met the selection criteria, but without a certain level of strength, they wouldn't be able to become sect disciples. There were 40 people there now. Yan said that the second test was waiting for them, so he asked them to follow him. And so they began to follow the master of the sect. People trained there. The steward said that this is the Kaiyuan sect's battleground. Yan said that this is their last test. The winners of this fight will become the disciples of the Kaiyuan sect. Then they talked about the rules. They can fight each other within this rectangular battleground. The remaining 20 people standing on their feet will win. The organizers said that participants can use any weapon, but must not injure anyone. Gan announced the start of the test. Meanwhile, somewhere behind the pillar, one of the sect's disciples stood and said that it was just another bunch of newbies. Outer disciple Han Feng wondered if there were any strong contenders this time. An outside disciple, Chen Ping, approached Feng and asked if Feng would like to place a bet on who would pass. Qin bet that Yang would pass. Ping said that the bet would be 5 third-level life force elixirs. Feng said that Ping was a scoundrel. After all, Feng had been saving up these elixirs for half a year. However, Feng said that he was willing to make a bet. He placed a bet on some guy who was standing next to Yoyang. Feng told Ping not to whine if he lost. However, Ping chuckled and said that they would look again. Before coming here, Feng had heard that Cao Mayan was a unique genius of the Cao family. Feng had heard that 4 years ago, when he was 15 years old, he had broken through to the 4th facet of the blood and Kai level. And right now, his cultivation level had reached the 1st facet of the supreme level. Feng wondered if Ping had the nerve to bet on someone he didn't know. Feng was thinking that these life force elixirs would definitely become his. Let the battle begin. Stop it, the manager shouted. 40 fighters converged on the battlefield. Yalan turned to Yoyan and said that since these guys looked tough, they should cover for each other. Yoyang then turned to the manager. Yoyang threw something to the steward and said that he wanted to use it to join the sect. The steward was surprised because it was Elder Q's brooch. Feng was shocked and outraged. Steward Yan said that since Yang has already received Elder Q's approval, he can skip this test and therefore no one can attack him. The manager said that Yoyan could stay on the court and watch the fight. Yalan asked if Yoyan shouldn't fight with her. Yoyang said that since the young lady wants to gain experience, he can't be around all the time. Yoyang asked if she really thought he would protect her for the rest of her life if she didn't pass the outer disciple test. She exclaimed that she didn't need him to protect her for the rest of her life. Yalan shouted that this was just an external disciple test that she would pass. Show up, Yalan said. Suddenly, a whip-shaped weapon appeared in her hands. She was ready to be attacked. Yoyang realized that teasing really worked for the egotistical Fang Yalan. The hero thought that even though he had promised Fang Lei that he would protect her, it was better to develop her strength as quickly as possible rather than constantly protecting her. He thought about how coincidentally, only a real fight could make her stronger. Meanwhile, outer disciple Ping laughed and said that Yoyang got an exemption from the test, so it seems that Ping won this time. Feng asked if Ping had seen this coming. Ping asked if Feng thought that if Ping hadn't prepared himself, he would have placed the bet so easily. Ping said that Feng was just so arrogant that he made a bet without thinking about it. Feng told Ping not to be happy ahead of time, because if Cao Mayan passed this test, then he wouldn't be considered a loser, at most a draw. The battle was in full swing. Some warriors defeated others. Yalan defeated 5 people and now there are about 23 people on the court. Yalan thought that she didn't know why, but she stopped feeling nervous after Yoyang's words. Suddenly, Cao attacked her, exclaiming that this was his chance. However, the girl dodged. Cao was suddenly behind her and told her that she wouldn't run away. Yalan was shocked. Cao said that she would die by his sword. Cao arrogantly called her a weakling and asked why a woman like her would come to the Kaiyuan sect. Cao continued to choke her with one hand and told her to just admit that she had lost, otherwise he would get angry and wring her neck. Yalan looked at Yoyang, who was watching her intently in turn. She wondered why his piercing eyes were so annoying. Yalan didn't want Yoyan to look down on her. The girl got angry. She started talking about something. Cao was shocked. A strong aura appeared around Yalan. The girl said that if Cao underestimated women, it would be bad for him. After saying that, she slapped him. She had taken Cao down with just that one blow. Feng was shocked and asked how this was possible. He was shocked that Na broke out. The rest of the test participants realized that Yalan was strong. Yoyang smiled a little and thought that it wasn't bad. Yalan thought that she had defeated Cao. However, Cao was very angry. He wasn't going to give up. In a rage, he jumped on her and shouted for her to die. However, Yoyang suddenly grabbed his shoulder. Yayan was able to exert a huge amount of pressure on Cao with one hand. Yayan pushed so hard that he broke Cao's legs. The opponent began to cry out in pain. Yayan pushed Cao to the ground. Cao shouted for Yayan to let him go. However, Yayan asked if Cao had tried to poison Yalan after he lost. Cao didn't answer this question and just kept shouting at Yayan to let him go right away. Yoyang said he didn't want to study with the likes of Cao. The opponent asked if Yoyang had forgotten what the steward had just said. Yoyang said that the steward said that no one can attack him, but no word on whether he can attack anyone. After which, Yayan broke Cao's wrist. The opponent was screaming in pain, and he was also shouting that they were forbidden to kill each other. Young confirmed and said that the steward really said so. Cao begged Yang to let him go. However, Yang said that this meant that if he took Cao's cultivation away, he wouldn't break the rules. After which, he kicked Cao into the pillar. The stewards are shocked. Cao Mayan sent a direct palm strike towards Feng Yaoan's Gate of Life. If Yoyang hadn't interrupted him, she would have died instantly. But the stewards couldn't see Yoyang's movements. They realized that Yang was truly worthy of being the disciple that Master Feng had chosen. Yoyang turned to the administrators and said that he didn't want to study with such a worm. He asked if he had broken any rules by doing so. The managers found themselves in an awkward situation, but said that he did not break anything. Yalan thanked Yaon. The hero told her not to relax, because there are still many opponents here. Han was very angry. Ah Ping teased him by thanking him for the 5 life force elixirs. Han was so angry that he said he would remember Yoyang. And so half an hour passed. Many of the test participants were already unconscious. Yoyang said the test is almost over. Zio Wanking told some guy that he let him win. His opponent replied that it was because his skills were inferior to Zio's. Then we see another test participant named Huai. The manager shouted that time was up. The remaining 20 people passed the test. He said that from now on, they were all officially outer disciples of the Kaiyuan sect. Yalan was glad that it was finally over. Suddenly, someone caught Yoyang's attention. Yang looked at Zio and Huai and thought that they would be worthy opponents in the future. The steward then ordered all the students to follow him. He said that he would take them to the assembly hall, where they would receive jade tokens and other items. And so the 20 students, led by the 2 stewards, went to the assembly hall. Steward Yan said that the sect has a total of 7 great peaks, 36 secondary peaks, and 300 minor peaks. The 7 great peaks are the core of their sect's cultivation, where the best resources are concentrated, but only internal students can enter there. If an outsider tries to get in, they will be blown to shreds by the Great Peaks ban. Yan asked them to remember not to go there. Gan added that in addition to the main hall, the sect has a spirit tempering hall, a treasury, a meeting hall, a battle arena, and a 7-story pagoda standing in the very center. According to him, the spirit tempering hall is divided into 36 isolated stone rooms that contain strong spiritual energy. There, students cultivate alone. Treasury, a place where the sect's treasures are stored. Gan said that there are collections of rare treasures, martial arts elixirs, and sacred weapons. The meeting hall where they were just now is meant for planning the sect's affairs and handing out everyday items. Gan said about the battle arena and the 7-story pagoda. Gan said they were newbies, so he would tell them about it later. Steward Yan asked if they had received their entrance rewards, jade tokens, storage bags, and 5 spirit stones. Then he said something else, namely, the fact that spiritual stones are used as currency in the Kaiyuan sect. He said that in the future, they would activate their formation and receive them as a salary. Steward Yan said that in other words, their past statuses and riches after joining the Kaiyuan sect were worthless. One of the students was shocked because he knew that it would be difficult to cultivate, so he brought money on purpose, but now it's all useless. However, there were other students who were happy that everyone was equal here and everyone was starting from scratch. This is the cave where my students live. Yan said that the male students would live here. He asked the students to come with him. One of the students asked if this cave was too ordinary. The second student said that this is a rather polite way to call the cave bad. Steward Yan responded by saying that they were currently external students, but they will only be able to move to the peak manor when they become inner disciples. He urged them to cultivate hard if they weren't willing to give up now. Yan said that by winning the competition in 3 months, they would be able to become inner disciples. Yoyang chuckled and thought about how he would definitely win. Then some time passes and we are transported to the cave of the outer disciples. Yoyang sat and meditated. He received a notification that he had received 6,000 experience points. Something pleasantly surprised him. I see, he said. At the same time, he was thinking that if he collected the spirit stones in this magic circle, he could gain 3 times the spiritual power. But absorbing just this spiritual power wouldn't increase his experience. Yoyang guessed that he would probably have to find a way to get more spirit stones. And so 5 days passed from that moment. The action takes place in the assembly hall. An inner disciple asked Feng why he had come to the assembly hall again. The guy asked if Feng had run out of money. However, Feng aggressively replied that it was none of his business. Feng was angry that the 5 life force elixirs bet with that brat, Chen Ping, had cost him so much. If Feng didn't accumulate spirit stones for new elixirs, he wouldn't be able to improve his cultivation. Suddenly, there were many students in front of him. They were crowding around, and someone was shouting that they had come first. Feng was shocked. He asked what was going on here since he had only been away for a few days. He couldn't understand why the assembly hall was so crowded. The guy said that a new outer disciple has been taking over all the assembly hall tasks lately, and it executes them faster than they thought. The guy said that to take tasks for spiritual stones, you need to take a queue in advance, otherwise they will not remain later. Feng said that ordinary students have weak foundations, so they want to get more spirit stones, and therefore this is a temporary phenomenon. Feng added that there were only 20 new students this time, and the assembly hall gives out more than 300 tasks every day. He asked if they had to panic like that. The guy said that Feng might not know that any of them were capable of completing almost 100 tasks a day. Then we see Yoyang, who told Old Chu that he had come for the spirit stones. Old man Chu didn't like Yoyang and said that Yoyang did nothing but pick on him every day while he was drinking. Chu placed the stones on the table. He threw them at Yoyang and shouted that he didn't want to see him again. Yoyang took the spirit stones and said that he would come back tomorrow. Old Chu threw something at Yoyang and shouted at him to get lost, because Chu didn't want to see Yoyang anymore. However, Yoyang deflected what Old Chu threw at him and only chuckled. He thanked Old Chu. The students were shocked that Old Chu had given Yoyang a level 7 task. The assembly hall tasks only have 10 difficulty levels. Their external students are best suited for difficulty levels 1 through 4. This is collecting herbs and catching demonic beasts whose ranks do not exceed the 3rd. They said that the tasks of the 5th and 10th levels are much more difficult. The students wondered how Yoyun was able to complete so many level 7 tasks on his own. They couldn't figure out who he was. Old Chu said that there are no more tasks for the rest of them today, so they can skip. Feng was very angry. After all, he was interrupted by Yoyang again. Then we flash forward and see that Yoyang is already on the next task, which Yoyang doesn't think is difficult. Yoyang was watching a pack of red wolves. The hero said that they were a pack of 3rd rank storm wolves that were good at group combat. Yoyang said that there are at least 40 of them, and each of them is as strong as the leader. Yoyang said that this time, he would be able to earn some good money. Suddenly, he sprinted out onto the field and found himself in the middle of the pack. He said that only 2 people would be enough to complete the task. The wolves, of course, immediately flew into a rage. Yoyang also said something about the other wolves. Then, in an instant, he tore them apart. Yoyang said that they would be stepping stones on his path to gaining more power. Then, he used some kind of ability. Yoyang decided to devour them. After the massive absorption was completed, Yoyang received a notification that he had received 3,600,000 experience points. Suddenly, 2 wolves attacked him from behind. Yoyang immediately used the glittering Vajra style. The wolves almost snapped at him with their fangs. Die, Yoyang shouted. With this style, Yoyang tore them apart. He was holding something in his hand. Yoyang received a notification that he had reached the 1st level of the Grand Master. Also, skill points have been increased, so now he can use tenfold attack speed. Yoyang said that the glittering Vajra style is worthy of being an Earth-ranked art. According to the hero, this style is really powerful. Yoyang was surprised that the attack speed had also increased. He began to think that with his current cultivation level, he might ask All Chu to give him a level 8 difficulty quest next time. Suddenly, a projectile hit Yejuna. However, Yoyang dodged easily. In front of Yoyang, on a high ground, were the Sex disciples. One of them shouted for Yoyang to give them the demonic elixirs. The hero asked if the student knew him. Feng replied that he didn't just know Yoyang. According to him, Yoyang was doomed even when he provoked him. However, Feng described himself as a magnanimous person. He added that if Yoyang gave him the demonic elixirs, they would let him go. However, this arrangement did not suit Yoyang. The disciple told Feng that there was no point in talking to Yoyang, since he and his brothers could shut him up and just take all his things away. The disciple said that he saw Yoyang get a lot of spirit stones from Old Chu. Another disciple intervened and said that they shouldn't hurt their fellow students. The guy started talking about what would happen if one of the stewards or elders asked about it. However, a disgruntled student interrupted him and asked what they should be afraid of. The aggressive student said that it is natural for a student to break their arms and legs on assignments, and therefore, if they do not let it slip, then no one will know the truth. And so they decided to attack. In an instant, they leaped in different directions. They surrounded Yoyang, and one of them laughed and said that Yoyang was finished. The aggressive disciple told Brother Feng to relax and watch them beat up this guy. Together, they used the spirit cage seal. Yoyang wondered if this seal was absorbing his spiritual power. Yoyang thought about how he had underestimated them. The disciple said that Yoyang hadn't seen the seal of the Kaiyuan sect spirit cage. After all, he had only recently joined the sect. He then added that the seal was currently draining his spiritual power, preventing him from escaping. According to him, the more people cast the spell, the stronger the shackles. The student said it must be terrible to be trapped by 10 people. He added that if Yoyang gave them the elixirs, they would let him go. Yoyang asked if they really thought they could hold him with this level of strength. Yoyang used the glittering Vajra style. The students were shocked. This style broke the shackles that bound Yoyang. After that, he scattered all the students. Feng was shocked and wondered about what was going on. Feng wondered if Yoyang had broken through to the Grand Master level so quickly. Feng lunged at Yoyang, shouting that he would kill him. However, Yoyang used a tenfold attack speed. He touched Feng's sword with 2 fingers, after which the sword shattered into small pieces. Yaoyang said that he would return Feng's words. Yaoyang grabbed Feng by the throat and lifted him up, saying that he was doomed even when he got his hands on Feng's things. Feng begged Yaoyang to spare him. Feng said that he would give Yaoyang anything he wanted. Yaoyang chuckled and said it was a reasonable decision. He released Feng, and so 15 minutes passed. All those who attacked Yaoyang were on their knees. Feng said that these are all the spirit stones they have. They called Yaoyang master and asked him to take them. Yaoyang asked if that was all their lives were worth. They were shocked and didn't know what to say. Yaoyang said that since they were older, they should have more stones. Yaoyang asked if they had brought their storage bags with them. Feng was angry, and they realized that Yaoyang wasn't that simple. They took out their bags and said that this was all they had accumulated since joining. They said they hoped it would be enough for Yaoyang to spare them. Yaoyang said that they seemed to have gathered a lot of loot. Yaoyang took all their soul stones and returned their empty bags. The students asked him not to worry because they wouldn't tell anyone about today. Feng said that if Yaoyang was happy, they would probably go. However, Yaoyang told them to delay. He picked up a sword and wounded every student. Feng started shouting that Yaoyang didn't keep his word. Each of them was hit in the ear by Yaoyang. How come I didn't keep it? The hero said that he promised that he would spare them, but did not say that they would be unharmed. Yaoyang said that they themselves said that it is natural for students to lose an arm or leg on a task. Feng was furious. Yaoyang said that they would see each other again, and then left. After that, we are transported to Yai on a cave. He sat and meditated. He received a notification that the takeover was completed. He had reached the 2nd level of a great master. Yaoyang didn't think that there would be so many spirit stones and elixirs in their storage bags. Yaoyang was thinking that thanks to them, he was actually able to reach the 2nd level of a great master. The hero thought that they seemed to often bully their fellow practitioners. Yaoyang was thinking that teaching them a lesson today would only be good for everyone. Yaoyang then decided that after a long training session, he could take a break. But suddenly someone started calling out to the hero. He was surprised. Yaoyang asked Feng Yalan about what had happened. At the same time, he wondered what Yalan might want at this hour. Yalan asked if Yaoyang was available. Then the girl said that her friend received a task of the 5th level of difficulty, but it requires a group of 4 people to complete it. There are only 3 of them, so they would like to invite Yaoyang. Yalan said that she had heard that it was quite difficult to get tasks in the assembly hall right now. Yaoyang thought about how she still didn't seem to know that it was all because of him. Yaoyang said that he wanted to rest, so he couldn't help. At the same time, he was thinking about the fact that in team quests, the reward is shared equally among all the members of the group, so Yaoyang decided to refrain. Yalan frustratedly told Yaoyang to forget about it and rest. She then turned to Mr. Zio and said that her friend said that he needed to rest, so they would have to find someone else. The girl who was standing nearby asked senior brother Wenking not to worry, because you can ask the other students. That's it, Wenking said innocently. He said that he was very sorry, but a sly smile appeared on his face. The action takes place somewhere in the thick of the forest. Listen, Sister Yalan, your friend Yaoyang likes you, Tan said. Otherwise, why did he come running so fast when he found out that Brother Zio would be here? Tang continued. Wenking was glad that Yaoyang had come after all. Wenking told Yaoyang that if he hadn't come, they would have had to postpone this task indefinitely. Yalan thought that he had an icy heart. He likes me, Yalan mused. Yaoyang contacted Yalan and asked if Zio Wenking was with her. We are transported to Yalan's memories. Did Mayor Feng misunderstand something? Yaoyang said. It would be faster this way, Wenking said. Yalan was telling Yaoyang that he needed to train more. Yalan reflected that she had known Yaoyang for a long time, but she still couldn't figure out what he was thinking. His behavior will always exceed my expectations, Yalan said as she continued talking to herself. Yaoyang said that he didn't want to study with someone like Cao. Yalan told Yaoyang not to relax because there were still a lot of opponents left. Yalan told Tang that she had misunderstood everything. Let's not talk about it, let's catch up with them, Yalan said. Tang asked Yalan to wait for her because she started running. Wenking told Yaoyang that this was a very dangerous mission. Wenking continued to explain the mission. We have to go to the Black Swamp in the middle of this dense forest and pick the Bone Eclipse flower there. Also, Wenking added that it contains Purian energy, but almost nothing is known about it, and few people are able to find it. Wenking had said that they would be able to deal with the monsters along the way, but the poisonous fumes that the swamp gave off might be a problem for them. Wenking also warned that when inhaled, toxic fumes destroy a person's internal organs, and that after all this, you can become crippled. Yaoyang asked Wenking why he took Tang and Yalan into the group, because the task is much easier to complete with people who have reached the Grand Master level. Tan retorted to Yaoyang. Indignantly, she asked him, are you saying that our blood level cultivation will only hinder you? Tang also added that Big Brother Zio is already at the 3rd level of the Grand Master, but has nothing against it. In surprise, Wenking asked Yaoyang if he doubted him. Wenking explained that he had put them together as a group because he had an item that would guarantee the success of this task. Wenking told them about an elixir called Yanuan. It was a protective potion that his family had concocted. Wanking added that taking it gives you immunity to swamp fumes for 2 hours. It will protect you in the dark swamp, Wanking continued. After that, Wanking said, besides, it's much more pleasant to be accompanied by a couple of beauties on a mission rather than a group of guys, right? Tang told Wanking that he was flattering them with embarrassment. Wanking urged everyone to drink it. Our bodies won't be able to withstand the toxic fumes, Wanking added. Tang said, big brother Xiao, you are so sweet and caring. Wanking asked Yaong and Yalan why they didn't drink the elixir. Wanking reminded him that Yaong and Yalan had passed the outer disciple test and it would be a shame if they died here. Yoyan and Yalan drank the elixir. Wanking told them to go while the elixir was working. The team headed forward and Wanking was telling them to keep up. Yoang was holding onto something of his own yoga. Something burst out of the ground. Next, they saw a flower. Wanking pointed at the bone eclipse flower. Suddenly, a flower with a stalk that looked like a bone appeared. So lucky, Tan said. Yalan was surprised that they didn't encounter any demonic beasts along the way. It will still be difficult for us to get there. Kang was worried that it would be difficult for them to cross the swamp and reach the flower. Wanking shared his idea. I've learned a spell that turns spiritual energy into stone platforms that you can walk on for a short time, Wanking continued. Wanking added that the spell required constant support, so Yang would have to go and pick the bone eclipse flower. With confidence on his face, Yoyun agreed. Wanking told him that it was dangerous to go there alone. Wanking asked Yalan to go with Yaong and Tang to stay behind to cover for him. Yalan agreed. Wanking shouted out his 7-star Heavenly Path spell. A large magic pattern appeared around Wanking. Steps were created to cross the swamp. Wanking shouted for them to start on their way. Yalan, don't you think this is strange? Yalan asked in surprise. Yoyan thought about it. Yalan added that this place is too quiet and a little creepy. There aren't even any birds, Yalan said. Yoyan wondered if the flower was alright. Yalan hit the flower with an icy blow. He did it, said a happy Tan. Yoyan was wary. The bone flower began to attack. Alarmed, Tan shouted, watch out. Yoyan deflected the bone flower's attack. Yoyan and Yalan froze, waiting for the bone flower to attack. Wanking told Yaong and Yalan not to go too far from the flower because the platforms would only be enough for 7 steps. Yoyun said, I think something's coming out. Yoyang saw huge skeletal monsters in front of him. This baffled Yoyang. Yoyun was extremely surprised by the true shape of the flower. Apparently, it lured all the demonic beasts and devoured them, Yalan said. In doing so, Yalan explained why they didn't meet them. Yalan was attacked by a flower. Yalan and Yaong jumped away from the flower blades that were flying at them. Brother Yaong, Yalan, don't fight with him. No, said a startled Wanking. Wanking told them to pick a flower and escape. Yaong told Wanking that he would decide for himself. You don't give me orders. Yoyang added. Yoyang launched a bone flower attack. Ice strike. Yoyang shouted. The ice flower fell into the swamp. Come here, Yoyang said to bone flower. The bone flower started to be attracted to Yoyang's hand. The bone flower started attacking again. Damn, there are more of them, Tan was saying. Yalan was surprised by the bone flower's powerful attacks. Yoyan, you've already picked a flower, so leave quickly, Yalan shouted. The platform that Yalan was standing on started to crack. Yalan was afraid that she might fall. Tang asked Wanking to create a new platform because the Yalan might fall. It's too late, I won't make it, said Wanking. Yoyan jumped and said, tenfold attack speed. Yoyan caught the falling Yalan. Yoyan told Yalan to hold on tight. Yoyan jumped away from the bone flower. Yoyan saved Yalan from the bone flower. Yalan was startled by Yaong. Yaong was heading for the shore with the Yalan in his hands. Yoyan finally crossed the shore. Sister Yalan, you scared the hell out of me, said the terrified Tang. Tang was glad that Yalan was fine. Wanking apologized to Yalan. He told her that they were too far apart. And this demon also tried to deliver the final blow before it died, Wanking added. Wanking said that the demon's strike was too powerful, it was hard for him to deflect it, so he didn't have time to create another platform. Fortunately, Brother Yaong managed to save you, I'm sorry, Wanking continued. Wanking noted that they had successfully completed this task. With this flower, we can go back, Wanking said. Yaong was outraged that Wanking was faking it, and only now decided to show the real nature. Yoang continued. Wanking wondered what exactly Yaong meant. If Yalan had plucked the flower, you wouldn't have had time to create a platform under my feet, right? Said Yaong. Yaong said that there were 3 stages to Wanking's plan. First, send 2 companions out of 3 to risk their lives for the flower, and then try to get rid of one of them, Yaong said. The second is to choose the weakest one of us to stay by your side and protect you, and get rid of her in the confusion, Yoang continued. Tan didn't understand what Yoang was talking about. And the third is to kill the last comrade who has the least spiritual power left and take the entire reward for himself, Yoyan said. Yalan and Tang were shocked. Yaong asked Wanking if he was right. Wanking said that he was surprised by Yaong's words. In the sense of getting rid of you, said Wanking. You were doomed from the start, Wanking continued. Wanking had an evil smile on his face. What's going on? Said Yalan, surprised. Yalan said that there was pain in her chest. Yayan, I wanted to get rid of you as a potential rival before the inner disciple trial, but I guess that won't work, Wanking said. Wanking said he wasn't lying. This elixir is indeed able to make a person immune to the poisonous fumes, but if you use your inner strength, you will suffer the backlash, Wanking continued. Tan was very surprised. Big brother's IO. No, Tan said. Tang asked Wanking how he could have deceived them. Yayan ordered Tang and Yalan to move away. Yalan told Yayan to be careful. Wanking told Yayan that he was smart. You probably didn't drink the elixir, Wanking continued. As he continued, Wanking spoke, this makes things a little more complicated, but I'll just kill you here. Yayan asked Wanking if he could win. Are you that confident? Yayan continued. Wanking told Yayan that he was a worthy opponent. It will be a shame to kill you here, Wanking continued. Yayan grinned and said, between you and me. Yayan said that if Wanking died, he would stay alive. Yayan launched a strong first attack. Wanking was thinking, how is this possible? Wanking continued to ponder, his level and speed are lower than mine, but because of the high speed, I can't react in time. Wanking was thinking that Yayan was too fast. I didn't have time to react, said Wanking. Yayan hit Wanking's arm with his sword. Wanking thought that Yayan's strength was terrifying. Yayan hits Wanking again with his sword. Yayan told Wanking that he wasn't good enough to kill him. Behind Yayan, blood splatters and Wanking's fan could be seen. Impossible, Wanking said. Wanking said that he was defeated. Yoyang, Wanking shouted, I want to kill you. Wanking continued. Suddenly, Wanking froze. There was a whip in Wanking's shoulder. Don't move, or it won't be in your shoulder next time, Yalan said with a smirk on her face. Impossible, you took the elixir, Wanking said in surprise. Did you pretend? Wanking added. Yalan told Wanking that he wasn't the only one who couldn't lie. Yalan told Wanking to be happy. After entering the swamp, I immediately began to control my energy to protect myself from the poisonous fumes, Yalan said. After that, she continued, if it wasn't for that, the whip would have crippled your hand. Yuan was glad that Yalan had grown up. Wanking fell to the ground. Yalan asked Yuan about what they would do. I want to kill him with my whip. The sect has a rule that we can't kill fellow practitioners even if the task doesn't go according to plan, Yalan said. Wanking was thinking, exactly. If you try to create a scandal in front of the dispensers and elders, it will be enough for me to know that you are trying to claim the reward by slandering me. Wanking continued. Wanking thought that he would still be alive then. All is not lost yet, Wanking thought. Wanking said that he would deal with the elders and come back again. As for the witnesses, Wanking continued. If I give this fool Tang Zioru a hard time, she'll listen to me, Wanking said. Yayan asked Wanking if he was trying to think of a way out. What makes you think we don't have any proof of your dirty tricks? Yoyang asked with a smirk. In his mind, Wanking thought, how did he know? Wanking suggested that Yayan could read minds. Yayan told Wanking that he understood when he looked at his worried face. But I'll tell you what, Yoyang continued. Yayan said that he would destroy Wanking's perfect plan. Wanking was shocked. Here is a recording crystal. What a shame, Yayan. I wanted to get rid of you as a potential rival before the inner disciple test, but apparently it won't work out, Wanking said. However, I didn't lie to you, Wanking said. This elixir is indeed able to make a person immune to the poisonous fumes, but if you use your inner strength, you will suffer the backlash, Wanking continued. Is this a recording crystal? Wanking asked in surprise. Wanking wondered when Yayan had made it. No, it's not easy to get it from the sect. Even my money wasn't enough to buy it, Wanking continued. Wanking asked how he ended up at Yayan's. Yayan said that Wanking didn't know much about him. With this recording crystal, we won't have to worry about him pleading not guilty, Yalan continued. The rules state that injuring fellow practitioners while completing tasks can result in a serious penalty of 81 days of lightning strikes, Yalan said. Yalan told them to tie him up. Well, before sending him back to the sect, Yoyang would say. Wanking asked Hu Yayan what he wanted to do with him. Yayan whispered something in Wanking's ear. Save me, Wanking shouted. Wanking said Yayan was crazy. Someone please save me, Wanking continued. Yayan said that they would take Wanking with them. Yayan said that Wanking had lost all his strength, so he should behave diligently. Ugh, you pathetic worm, Yalan said in disgust. You and I haven't been treated well yet, Yalan added. Yalan looked at it thoughtfully. Yalan was suddenly thrown into the cold. Yoyan asked Yalan what had happened to her. Yalan told Yayan that she was cold. Yalan became even worse. We are transported to the assembly hall. It says on the building that dogs and Iyang are not allowed to enter. It took me so much effort to get this wonderful 50-year-old wine, Old Chu would say with satisfaction. Old Chu said he would enjoy it well. I won't open the door no matter who comes, Old Chu said. The doors of the assembly hall flew open. Who's there? Old Chu said with displeasure. Tang told Old Chu that they were in trouble. Yoyang, I knew it was you again. Oh, said Old Chu. Yalan was unconscious. Tang told Old Chu that they were having trouble on a mission. I know that you are very wise, so please save Sister Yalan, Tang was saying. The assembly hall isn't a sanitarium? Old Chu said. Since you've taken this mission, your life is in God's hands, Old Chu continued. Old Chu told them to get lost and find someone else. Don't stop me from drinking. Oh, said Old Chu. Old Chu was puzzled. The wine was on the floor. Old Chu told Yoyang that he was brave. Old Chu asked Yoyang if he wanted to fight. Are you trying to force me to submit? Old Chu continued. Do you think I'm someone who can be easily defeated? Old Chu added. Yoyang said that he didn't have that in mind. But if you continue to waste your time, I'm afraid this 50-year-old wine will have to be given to someone else, Yoyang added. Oh, said Old Chu, looking pleased. Old Chu asked Yoyang if he was having any problems. This old man was first bullied and then bribed, Tan thought. His behavior is too predictable, but he doesn't know it, Tan continued. What's up? Tang asked excitedly. Old Chu said that this is a very rare problem. Did you know that this girl was born with an innate cold? Old Chu asked. Tang asked Old Chu what he was talking about. Innate cold is when a person is born with a freezing poison in their body, Old Chu continued. Old Chu said that the jelly poison corrodes the caster's body and makes it very difficult to cultivate. If the poison doesn't weaken, she won't be able to gather spiritual power for the rest of her life, Old Chu continued. Tang told Old Chu that Yalan was no different from ordinary people when she cultivated, because she was always protected by a stern, pure yang that resisted her innate cold, Old Chu said. Old Chu said that yang should be controlled skillfully. If there is more, it will kill her. If there is less, it will stop working, Old Chu used to say. If I'm not mistaken, this girl used internal energy to protect herself from the poisonous fumes on the mission, but she spent too much, Old Chu said. Also, she was accidentally affected by the cold energy of the eclipse bone flower, which activated the poison in her body, Old Chu continued. Old Chu said that there are two cold energies flowing through Yalan's veins. If we don't treat her right away, I'm afraid she won't live more than 3 days, Old Chu said. No wonder Fang Lei showed unprecedented generosity and gave me the glass Vajra style, saying that Yalan can't learn this technique, Yang thought. On the surface, it looked like he was giving me a reward, but in reality, he wanted me to help Yalan if something happened to her, Yoyan continued. Sly old fox, said Yang. Yoyang said that there is pure yang in the glass Vajra style. I can help her adjust her internal energy, Yoyang said. The old man said it was useless. Right now, her true Kai is in an abnormal state, and normal regulation can't cure her, Old Chu was saying. Yoyang asked if there were any other treatments available. Old Chu said that he thinks the best weapon against poison is another poison. We need to remove all the ice energy from her body and replace it with pure yang energy, and then her body will be filled with sacred ice energy, Old Chu said. Holy ice energy, Yoyang asked. Old Chu confirmed Yoyang's words. Although innate cold is harmful to spellcasters, there is a chance that it can be converted into sacred ice energy, Old Man Chu added. Old Chu said it was one of the best energies. After activating it, the caster will be able to go beyond their level and be able to fight enemies that are higher than their own level, Old Chu added. What are you waiting for? Tan shouted. Quickly save her. Tan added. The action takes place somewhere in the evening. At night, the Oyan asked Yalan if she remembered the method of channeling spiritual energy that he had just described. Yalan replied incomprehensibly. How did this happen? Said Yoyang. It doesn't matter if it's more important to save her, Yoyang continued. We fast forward to 4 days later. This place, Yalan said. Tang was glad that Yalan was finally awake. Tang, aren't we on a mission? Yalan asked in surprise. Yalan asked Tang why they were here. Reliable little brother Yoyan sent us back, Tang said. Reliable, Yalan said, puzzled. I remember that you didn't like him very much in your previous assignments, Yalan said. So why now? Yalan continued. Tan said that she really thought Yoyang was sharp and playful before, but then she realized that she was wrong all along. He is a true treasure of our Kaiyuan sect. No, Tan said. You don't know, but after you passed out, he carried you around in his arms while looking for a doctor, Tan continued. We are transported back to the Tang's memories. I've cured your poisoning, now take this scum and let's go back to the sect, Yang was saying. Also then, Tan continued. We're back in Tang's memories. I've finished channeling her energy, what's next? Yoyang asked. This is an ice elixir that can activate sacred ice energy, Old Chu was saying. She'll get better if she takes it and adjusts her energy for 7 days straight, Old Chu added. Old Chu told Yang and Tang that they were very lucky, as he was the only person in the Kaiyuan sect who possessed the elixir. Great, Old Chu. No, Tan said. Quickly save her. Tan continued. Are you kidding me? Oh, said Old Chu. Do you think I'm that good of a person? Old Chu added. Old Chu said that this elixir is priceless. If you want, then give me 500 spirit stones, Old Chu said. Students only get stones once a month, and even inner students only get 20 at a time, Tan thought. There are 1,000 spirit stones here, Yoyan said. Yoyang said he could spend the rest on wine. Old Chu was very happy. But since you're so generous, I was wondering what kind of relationship you have with this girl. Old Chu asked. Yoyang said that he made a promise to someone and that he had to keep it. Your treatment cost 500 spirit stones, which he immediately paid for. Happy, Tan said. Tan said that he even gave twice as much. I've never seen such a determined man in the Kaiyuan sect before. Tan continued. Kang told Yalan that he was a real treasure. Yalan thought that she would need to repay Yayoung. The ice elixir is priceless, but Yoan was so generous, Yalan mused. I wouldn't have been able to do the same in his place, Yalan continued. As far as I'm concerned, you should devote yourself to him for the rest of your life, Tan said. After all, you spent 3 days and 3 nights together at the hot springs, Tan said. I was with him at the springs for 3 days and 3 nights, Yalan asked in confusion. Tang told Yalan not to faint. Old Chu said that you need to adjust your energy for 7 days. Tan continued. The action takes place in the palace. Is that true? Han Zion said. Yes, the guy would say. Yoyoung has been acting in an impudent manner ever since joining the sect, the boy continued to say. Taking advantage of the fact that Elder Ku was his patron, not only did he bully fellow practitioners, but he also appropriated our treasures that we had accumulated for 10 years, the guy said. He's clearly encroaching on your place in the sect, uncle, the guy continued. Han Zion was angry. It seems that Elder Ku was blind to accept an impudent tomboy into the sect. Han Zion said, Uncle, Elder Ku is the 10th newest elder that Head Kin put in place half a month ago, the guy was saying. Head Kin even trained him, the guy continued. The guy said that it is at an exorbitant level. Don't worry so much. Chief Kin thanked Elder Ku for saving his daughter, Kin Yao, Han Zion was saying. Han Zion said that he had only recently become an elder and had yet to gain a foothold in the position, and he still wants to take my place, Han Zion said. As for Yayan, Han Zion continued. I will show him what awaits those who offend the Han family in the Kaiyuan sect, Han Zion added. The boy thanked his uncle. Yayan, you have a sad future in the Kaiyuan sect, he thought. I spent a whole month in the Kaiyuan sect, Yayan mused. I guess my strength growth has slowed down because I've only recently raised my cultivation level, Yoyan continued. If I want to make the jump as soon as possible, then I have to find another way, Yoyan continued to think. Someone won 4 times in a row in the arena today, the man said. Who is so good? Oh, said the other guy. Let's go take a look, another guy added. As far as I remember, the arena is an open place for fair duels, Yoyan mused before the fight starts. The sect's disciples can place bets in the form of spirit stones, elixirs, and weapons, Yoyan thought. Yoyang thought it was a good place to earn spirit stones. Then, we are transported to the Kaiyuan sect's battle arena. We see that the fighters are fighting in the arena. Huai defeated his opponent and put the blade to his throat. Lai Tianba, the 4th level Grand Master, said that they were clearly on the same level. The audience said that Huai was impressive because he was about to win his 5th fight in a row. One of the spectators said that when he saw his murderous aura during the duel, he thought that Huai wanted to kill him. Some guy said that he had heard that Huai had a terminally ill sister, and in order to pay for her treatment, he was working as an assassin. But when Huai made a lot of enemies, he had no choice but to come to the Kaiyuan sect. Another viewer said that it was no wonder Huai wasn't afraid of his death, because he was desperate. Then we see Yoyan, who wonders if it's Huai. Dismissed, Huai said to his defeated opponent. However, his opponent was very angry. Daydreaming, the opponent shouted and threw 2 blades at Huai. Huai screamed in pain. The opponent said that according to the rules of the arena, the fight will not end until one of the parties either admits defeat or leaves the arena. He said that deception is a warrior's best friend. Huai realized that it was bad because he was hit with a poisoned weapon. The opponent hit Huai and called him little brother and told him to fight. The opponent asked if it wasn't Huai who was being conceited just now. He started beating Huai up and asking him why he was silent. The opponent shouted for Huai to admit defeat. The audience was shocked. They talked about how they couldn't bear to look at it anymore because it was so shameless. The opponent said that this is how the arena works. He told Huai that if he didn't fight, then just let him get out of the arena. He laughed and decided to finish off Huai. However, Yang suddenly appeared behind him, and the hero struck with such force that the opponent was thrown back several meters. He asked Yoyoung who he was. The hero said to fight him instead of Huai. Yoyoung then turned to the referee and asked how to challenge the opponent. The referee asked if Huai could still fight. Huai was injured, but asked the judge to forget about it because he plans to abstain. The judge said that Lai Tianba currently has 160 spirit stones. He said that if Yoyan wanted to challenge Tianyi, he should put an equal amount on the table in front of the judge. According to the judge, if Yoyun wins, she can take all of his spirit stones. Tianba said that he had heard about Yayoung. He said that Yoyoung stands out among the outer disciples. Tianba then gave Yayoung some advice: don't go into the fun recklessly, or you'll lose everything, even your underwear. Yayoung said that Tianyi should admit defeat now because there won't be such an opportunity later. The audience was ecstatic and shouted for Yoyoung to teach Tianyi a lesson. However, there were also those who were betting that Yoyoung would be knocked out after the first blow. Yoyoung threw the spirit stones on the table and asked him to start the duel quickly because he was in a hurry. Tianba said that he was at the 4th level of a great master. Tianba said that trying to defeat him with Yayoung's skills was like trying to break a rock with an egg. However, Yoyoung was completely calm. He only asked who was the rock and who was the egg. In an instant, he took out his sword, and in another moment, he was already behind Tiamba. The opponent was shocked that Yoyang was very fast. Yoyang said that they would have to face each other to find out. Suddenly, a wound appeared on Tiamba's face. He was shocked because he didn't even notice that he had been cut. Tiamba wondered what was going on, since he was 2 levels higher than this newbie, but he couldn't beat him. Tiamba got angry and shouted at Yoyang not to get conceited. "Prepare to die," Tiamba shouted as he threw the weapon at Yoyang. However, Yoyang told Tiamba not to overestimate himself. Suddenly, Tiamba realized that his body suddenly stopped listening to him, but he couldn't understand what was going on. Tiamba was shocked that Yoyang's spiritual energy was creating such pressure. Tiamba realized that the movement of the sword just now was so fast that it couldn't be seen with the naked eye. The opponent realized that if he didn't immediately admit defeat, he would die. Tiamba was horrified. He was about to say that he was giving up, but Yoyang suddenly cut his mouth. Yoyang reminded him that he had said that he wouldn't get a second chance to give up. "It's over," Yoyang said. Then, he hit Tiamba's head with incredible force. The impact was so strong that everything glowed and a cloud of dust rose. The audience was shocked, as they could barely catch Yoyang's movements. The hero turned to the manager and asked what the verdict was, because Tiamba lost consciousness. The steward threw spirit stones at Yoyang and said that they were now his. The manager told Yoyang to pick them up and get lost. Yoyang said that Huey has had 5 fights in a row, so the hero asked why he couldn't have another one. The manager was very angry, and he shouted for Yoyang to open his eyes and see for himself. He exclaimed that Yoyang had destroyed his Arna. Yoyang thought about how he only used 1/3 of his strength. Then we are suddenly transported somewhere. It was getting dark outside. Suddenly, someone called out to Yoyang. It was Huey. Yoyang asked if Huey had already gotten rid of the poison and came to thank him. However, Huey said that he had come to kill Yoyang. The hero asked if Huey would openly kill his disciple. "Aren't you afraid of the consequences?" Yoyang asked. Huey said that the dead don't tell you anything. He attacked the hero, but he managed to dodge. Yoyang chuckled and said that it wouldn't kill him. Huey asked if it was true that Yoyang didn't use his full strength in the arena. Huey told Yoyang to let him see his true strength. In an instant, Yoyang jumped over Huey and was behind him. "A slap in the face," the hero said. Huey was shocked. Yoyang used the glass Vajra style. He hit it with this style. The force of the impact was truly devastating. The impact was so strong that Huey coughed up blood. Yoyang said that his strength was enough to finish off Huey with a single slap. At the same time, the hero was thinking about how it was the first time he tried to control the spiritual power created by the glass Vajra style. But he didn't expect it to be so destructive. He understood that if he developed it to its limit, it would become even more powerful. Huey admitted that he wasn't as skilled as Yoyang. The opponent said that Yoyang might kill him. Yoyang said that Huey admitted defeat so easily. The hero asked if the last words were really before death. Huey said that his younger sister Hulin is in Qingnu village. He asked Yoyang to give her everything he had accumulated in the Kaiyun sect, but not to tell her that he had died. Huey started shouting hysterically that he didn't regret dying at Yoyang's hands. He laughed. However, Yoyang turned away from him and said that Huey was free. Huey asked why Yoyang wouldn't kill him. The hero said that he wanted to kill Huey just now, but that doesn't mean that he will kill him right away. However, Yoyang said that it's not difficult to crush an ant anyway. Huey laughed out loud. He asked if that meant Yoyang didn't think much of him. "Think what you want," Yoyang replied. Huey chuckled and said that he didn't like to be left in debt. Huey told Yoyang to be wary of the 6th elder, Han Zion, because he was the one who hired Huey to kill Yoyang. The hero thanked Huey, but it was obvious that Yoyang was worried. We are again transported somewhere and see that Yoyang has already appeared in the desert. He couldn't believe there were so many treasures in this desolate place. If it wasn't for the system's reminder, Yoyang would never have found them. After completing the massive absorption, Yoyang had reached the level of the 3rd Grand Master. Yoyang was thinking that there were 10 elders in the Kaiyun sect right now, but it was rare to meet them. They only show up on their own accord at major events like the Inner Disciple Trial, and each of them is above the 4th level of the Grand Master. If they were distributed from the strongest to the weakest, Han Zion would be ranked 6th. Yoyang was thinking that Han was different from Elder Q, who was ranked 10th. After all, Han San's methods are crude and selfish. Suddenly, he received a notification saying that a treasure had been sighted in the south. Yoyang immediately rushed over, thinking that this time, the enemy shouldn't be underestimated. Yoyang decided that he should rather strengthen his martial arts before he attacked again. And so Yoyang reached his destination. He landed on a raised platform and saw something. Yoyang wondered if it was a higher order demonic beast, a giant scorpion. A squad of several people was fighting a scorpion. Suddenly, Yoyang saw a plant and wondered if it was really a datura tree in front of the cave entrance. Yoyang was surprised, because datura is considered the most valuable plant that can raise the dead. Yoyang said that these people seemed to have come to take him away, but the demonic beast mistakenly thought that they were here to destroy the cave, so it attacked them. Chen Hu, who has the 6th level of a Grand Master, shouted that this demonic beast's offensive was too fierce. Chen said that the beast also changed position quickly, preventing them from getting close to Dachira. Lai Yuan, who has the 7th level of a Grand Master, said that he was afraid that at this rate, they would run out of steam before killing him. There was also a girl named Liu Mei, who has the 7th level of a Grand Master. She told Big Brother to stand on the left and she to stand on the right, and they would combine their sword techniques. She exclaimed that she didn't believe they couldn't kill him today. They attacked the scorpion. However, nothing happened. They were shocked and wondered if their attacks hadn't worked. Suddenly, another girl intervened and shouted at them to be careful. She decided to fight the scorpion. Yuan watched this and thought about her high speed and powerful sword technique. This girl's name is Lai Qingzhu, and she has the 9th level of great skill. She told them not to relax. They thanked her. Then, Wang Gan, who is a level 8 Grand Master, said that her sword technique had improved again. He offered to join forces while Scorpion was injured. Yuan watched and thought about how all 5 of them were wearing inner disciple costumes, and they were all quite strong. The weakest of them has reached at least the 6th level of Great Mastery. Yuan wondered if they were doing a task for the assembly hall. Yuan felt sorry, because he wouldn't be able to take the treasure right away. The scorpion attacked them. They shouted to block this attack. Li said that the scorpion will attack them with its life. The girl asked what they should do because the scorpion wants to be killed with them. She asked if they should give up this assignment. Wang said they were retreating. Yuan was surprised. He wondered if they were serious. He had already put on his cloak and was about to put on his mask. The hero said that since they left the task themselves, then he will take Dachira. Yuan took the Dachira. Suddenly, they shouted for everyone to watch out for the poison gas because the demonic beast had exploded. Li asked his sister if she was okay, and another member of the squad was concerned that someone had taken Dachira. Wang also wondered where Qingzhu was. Then we flash back and see Yuan running away from there. Suddenly something surprised him. A girl suddenly appeared on the branch. "Give it back," Qingzhu said. She asked if it was true that Yan was an external disciple of the Kaiyuan sect. She asked him why he had stolen their treasure. However, Yuan was silent. Then she asked if he was desperate or not afraid of death. Yuan said that since they were willing to give up the quest, this treasure was nobody's and could be taken away by any capable person. Yuan quickly brushed past her. Even Qingzhu was surprised by his speed. She shouted at him to stand. Yuan also thought that this woman had incredible speed. It can compete with his tenfold speed. However, Yuan said that she was still far away from him. Suddenly, he used some kind of ability. Something like a portal opened and Yuan disappeared. Qingzhu asked if he had disappeared into thin air. She used her skill. Scanning the forest, she realized that his aura was also completely gone. Suddenly, Wang came up to her and asked her how it went and if she caught him. However, Qingzhu said that he had escaped. The girl from the squad was surprised and asked about how it happened, since he didn't appear to be above the 3rd level of a Grand Master, and he was also an external disciple. She asked if he deliberately concealed his cultivation level and was actually an expert. Qingzhu said that the 5 of them wouldn't be able to capture an external blood and Kai level disciple if they had a teleportation talisman. The squad members were shocked and asked if she was serious. Vaughn had said that the teleportation talisman could only be created by someone who had reached the royal level, where space itself could be controlled. Wang said that the price of a talisman depends on its rank, and Vaughn had heard that even the cheapest of them sold for at least 10,000 spirit stones. He asked if the outer disciple really had such a treasure. The girl then said that the top 20 inner disciples lost to the outer disciple. She asked that if it became known, wouldn't it be the biggest joke since the founding of the Kaiyuan sect? Van said you can't undo what you've done. He said that if they could find him and get the treasure back, the quest wouldn't fail. Wang said that if this external disciple used the teleportation talisman, he would return to Kaiyuan sect sooner or later. They then decided to return to the sect. After that, we are transported to the inner cave of the outer disciples. Yayoung mentioned Han Feng's storage bag, a treasure chest. The hero said that he wanted to save the teleportation talisman for later and didn't expect to have to use it so soon. He saw a strange list and wondered what it was. Yayoung, holding Dachira in his hands, said that he hoped this spiritual treasure wouldn't let him down. Devour, Yayoung said. After the takeover was successful, Yayoung received 1,000,000 experience points. He had reached the 4th level of a Grand Master. Yayoung said that this is a very nice promotion. Suddenly, a silhouette appeared behind them. Who's there? Yayoung wondered. After that, we are transported to the events of the next day, to the Qingyang market. Yayoung walked beside Yalan. He asked her if he was right about the fact that they hadn't come down the mountain secretly to go shopping. Yalan said that this is certainly not the case. The girl said that she had heard that the Treasure Pavilion was hosting an auction. It is the largest auction house in Qingyang. Yalan said that there would definitely be a lot of treasures there. That's why she asked Yayoung to come with her. She said that if he liked something, she would buy it as a thank you for that time with the ice elixir. Yalan pretended that she just remembered that she hadn't thanked him yet. Yalan was confused and started yelling about how it wasn't a date and she wasn't dressed up for him. She asked him not to think too much. Yeoyoung said he didn't say anything. Yalan said it was time to go because the auction would start soon. She said she could hardly buy them a box seat. Yeoyoung was confused. It occurred to him that women were indeed unnoble creatures. Yalan, meanwhile, was confused. Suddenly, a green-haired guy who was standing behind the hero recognized Yeoyoung. After that, we are transported to the Yang residence. The action takes place in one of these estates. Are you sure it's him? A man who was standing at the top of the stairs asked. The green-haired guy said it was really Yeoyoung. However, the guy added that Yeoyoung's companion is the daughter of the mayor Fang Yalan. The green-haired guy said that he found out that they were very close and joined the Kaiyuan sect a month ago. This man is Yang Longjin, young master of the Yang family, 7th level Grand Master. There was a snake around his neck, and Ian himself was white-haired and looked like an old man. He told the green-haired guy to take the award. Thank you, young master, the green-haired boy said. He was about to leave, but suddenly someone intervened and attacked the green-haired man. This person was angry that this guy had the audacity to ask for a reward. The green-haired guy died from this attack. He was killed by Yang Xing, the head of the Yang family, the first step of the supreme level. He said that Longjin would soon take over as the head of the family. Xing asked why Longjin was still so compulsive. Xing said that this trash who didn't do his job and lost an arm offended the Yang family. An incredible purple aura enveloped Xing. He said that this scoundrel was only worthy of death. All of a sudden, the cloaked men who were standing there congratulated the head of the family on the premature end of solitary cultivation. Longjin said that he hadn't seen his father for only 2 months, and his cultivation level had risen again. Xing asked if Longjin thought that these unpleasant things would have happened to the Yi family if he hadn't gone into seclusion to cultivate. Xing said that Qiu Kang'an dared to protect the person the Yang family wanted to kill. Xing asked about who he thought he was. Longjin said that his father was right. He also added that since Yayoung dared to show his face in Qingyang, Longjin wouldn't let him leave here alive. Xing said that he told his son to go to study at the Liu sect, but he refused, insisting that he would learn martial arts from that suspicious old man. He also told Longjin to look at himself now. You're only 20 years old, but you already look like an old man, Xing said. Longjin asked his father not to be angry, saying that the more he developed this dark secret art, the older he looked. He said that his current appearance only proves that his cultivation level has increased. Longjin said that he had risen from the level of blood and Kai to the 7th level of a Grand Master. Longjin said that his father should be happy for him. However, Xing didn't look happy. He told Longjin to show him what he had learned over the years. Xing ordered his son to bring him the head of Yayan Demnoda. He said he couldn't wait to get a new bone cup. Absolutely, father, Longjin exclaimed. The action takes place in the Treasure Pavilion. As expected of the Treasure Pavilion's anniversary auction, a lot of people came to attend, Wangan was saying. Wangan asked Kingju if she agreed with him. By the way, I accidentally obtained this treasure on a mission last month, Wangan continued. It is said to be able to block attacks of the 3rd supreme level, Wangan said. Wangan told Kingju that she could wear it for protection. Don't keep it, Kingju said. Anyway, your 3rd elder's personal disciple and you're already used to such rarities, Wangan said. Wangan said he wasn't surprised that she didn't need it. I think I saw him, Kingju said. Wangan asked who she was talking about. The guy who took Datsura, Kingju said. Yalan was surprised that there were so many people in the Treasure Pavilion. I heard that there will be a lot of exotic treasures at this auction, Yalan was saying. Yalan added that they would see them today. I'm sorry, Kingju said. Eoyan and Yalan were taken aback. I think we've met before, Kingju said. Eoyan and Yalan were surprised. May I ask, are you a disciple of the Kaiyuan sect? Kingju asked. Yalan replied that she and Yayoung were external disciples of the sect. Kingju said that she was also a disciple of the Kaiyuan sect. Let me introduce myself, I'm Lai Kingju, Kingju said. Why is she holding out her hand to him? Thought Yalan indignantly. Eoyan thought about how she was going to test his strength. Nice to meet you, senior students, I'm Yalan, Yalan said. And his name is Yayan, Yalan continued. Yayan, I am Wangan, Wangan would say. Kingju and I are inner disciples of the Kaiyuan sect, Wangan continued. On our last assignment, an external disciple stole our treasure, Wangan said. Wangan asked Yayoung and Yalan if they knew who it was. How would we know? Yalan said. Are you suspecting Eoyoung? Yalan continued. Wangan said that they were only testing the target. Eoyoung, why don't you prove your innocence by letting us check your storage bag? Yes, said Wangan. Wait a minute, why does he have to show you his bag? Yalan continued. Kingju tried to stop Wangan. Don't worry, Wangan said. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing, Wangan added. Wangan said that raising a junior disciple as an elder is absolutely normal. Even if he takes offense at me, finding the item is a top priority, Wangan said. I will put up 100 spirit stones, and if you are not guilty, they will all go to you, Wangan said. We refuse, Yalan shouted. Eoyoung said that he wanted 1,000 spirit stones and a kneeling apology. Then I'll agree, Eoyoung said. Little sister, How sure are you that the person in front of us is him? Yes, said Wan Gan. About 80%, Kingju replied. Wan Gan agreed to Yayoung's terms. Wan Gan threw 1,000 spirit stones to Yayoung. Kingju, you're the best at spiritual reading, Wan Gan said. Wan Gan asked Kingju to check the bag carefully. Kingju agreed. Kingju activated her spiritual reading. We are transported to the thoughts of Kingju. The first reading, Kingju says. I can't detect Datura, Kingju said. Second reading, Kingju continued. Nothing, Kingju says. Third reading, Kingju said. Little sister, what's up? Says Wan Gan. Sorry, not you, Kingju said. Wan Gan was confused. Yaoyang was satisfied. Yalan asked if they were convinced. I told you so, continues Yalan. An honest person doesn't need to make excuses, Yalan added. There are quite a few external students, so mistakes are common, Yaoyang said. Now give me back my storage bag, Yaoyang added. Kingju activated the spiritual reading technique. Kingju is surprised. Unexpectedly, there's nothing there, Kingju thought. That's what you're touching again, huh? Thought Yalan indignantly. Do you like touching Yaoyang's hand so much? Yalan mused. Wan Gan and Kingju began to communicate by transmitting sound. Little sister Kingju, what's the matter? Wan Gan asked. When I passed my spiritual energy through his body, I didn't find any residual aura, which means he didn't use Datura, Kingju said. Moreover, the storage bag also didn't have any aura related to Datura, Kingju mused. Such an important treasure that isn't in the bag or inside it, Kingju continued. Where could he have hidden it? Kingju thought. The system has a built-in storage, and even if I consume Datura, I'll do it through the power of absorption, not the standard cultivation method, Yaoyang mused. Naturally, you won't be able to find any traces of aura, Yaoyang continued to think. You've already checked my storage bag, Yaoyang said. Yaoyang asked when they would fulfill their promise. Big brother, come find me when you're done here, Kingju said. Kingju, will you leave like this? Wan Gan asked, puzzled. Kingju asked him what was wrong. You're the one who offered the bet, Kingju said. I tried to talk you out of it, but you didn't listen, Kingju added. Kingju said that the storage bag was handed to Wan Gang, and he in turn asked her to check it out. Bad deeds lead to bad consequences, Kingju said. Wan Gan said that he did it for Kingju's sake. You know how I feel about you, Wan Gan said. Kingju said that there was no need to do everything for her. If I remember correctly, I've scolded you several times in all your years in the Kaiyuan sect, Kingju said. Or if there is a man in the world who loves me, then I must love him in return. Kingju continued. If 10 people love me, Kingju said. And if it's 100, Kingju continued. What should I do then? Kingju added. Kingju asked Wan Gan if she should love them all at once. Well said, Yalan says. I've changed my mind about you, added Yalan. Yaoyang thought that she was indeed a smart woman. It's better to stay away from her in the future, Yaoyang mused. Kingju said that she would wait for Wan Gan on the second floor of the private box. Kingju, wait, Wan Gan shouted. Wan Gan said that he only brought 300 spirit stones with him. I'll give you the rest when we get back to the sect, Wan Gan said. Yaoyang told Wan Gan to stop. I didn't tell you to leave, Yaoyang said. Wan Gan thought. He's 4 levels below me, Wan Gan continued. Just one look added Wan Gan. Why is he putting so much pressure? Wan Gan mused. Yaoyang, I made a mistake, Wan Gan said. I hope you'll forgive me, Wan Gan added. It looks like you were brought up badly by your past senior students, Yaoyang said. Then let junior disciple fix it, Yaoyang added. Yayan knocked Wan Gan down. Yayan ordered Wan Gang to kneel down. What happened? No, said the stranger. I don't know, I think you lost the bet, the guy said. What power? Wan Gan thought. I can't resist, Wan Gan continued to ponder. I need to tell Big Brother one more thing, Yaoyang said. Yayan told Wan Gang that he accepts alternative payment methods. Yayan took out the Wan Gan artifact. There is no way without interest, Yayan said. Let's go, Yaoyang said. We're going our separate ways, the stranger said. The auction is about to start, the stranger added. There's nothing to see here, the man said. Wan Gan, I will remember today's humiliation. Wan Gan thought. And in the future, I will return it to you in double the amount. The action takes place in the auction hall, the treasure pavilion. Why hasn't the auction started yet? No, said the stranger. When will it start? The man said. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for waiting, Hong Lion said. Greetings to everyone who decided to participate in the treasure pavilion auction, Hong Lion added. I, Hong Lion, will be leading the auction today, Hong Lion said. Thank you for coming, said Hong Lion. Finally, because we've been waiting so long, Yalan said. The first item is a second order weapon, the wave-cleaving sword, Hong Lion said. Hong Lion said that the sword was created from the blood of a rampaging rhino, a third-order demonic beast. When this weapon is swung, it releases a powerful wave, like energy, Hong Lion said. Once in the caster's hands, this sword will increase the host's combat power many times over, she added. Hong Lion. The starting price of the slashing wave sword is 100 gold. Hong Lion said. Hong Lion said that the auction had started. 150 gold pieces. Stop it, the stranger shouted. 160 gold pieces. Stop it, the man shouted. What do you say? Yalan said. Yalan asked Yoyoung if he liked the sword. I don't need it, Yoyoung said. This sword is inferior to the spirit execution sword in both rank and combat power, Yoyoung mused. Sold for 300 gold. Hong Lion said. The next treasure, Hong Lion continued. Come to think of it, it's a good thing she wasn't around, Wangan thought. Losing face in front of her isn't as much of a problem as her looking down on me in the future, Wangan mused. Fortunately, Kiju was always indifferent and did not take anything to heart, Wangan continued to think. Wangan was thinking about the fact that the auction bids were made with gold coins. I'll make you look at me differently, Wangan said to himself. Ladies and gentlemen, the next lot is the last one in this auction, Hong Lion said. This is the blood of the 6th Order Ice Jade Toad King, Hong Lion continued. Is this the blood of the Ice Jade Toad King? What is it? The stranger asked in surprise. It's no secret that the blood of the Ice Jade Toad is an excellent antidote to any poison, Hong Lion said. Hong Lion said that the blood efficiency is higher than that of a normal Ice Jade Toad. If the caster drinks this blood, not only will he be cured of any poison, but he will also increase his cultivation as much as if he had trained for 10 years straight, Hong Lion added. Now that's interesting, Yoyoung thought. The starting price is 10,000 gold, said Hong Lion. 20,000, the stranger said. 30,000, the man said. Yoyoung offered 100 gold thousand. That's too high a bet, the stranger thought. Yoyoung wanted to offer more. Yalan stopped him. Yalan said that she promised to buy it for Yoyoung. And what I see, Yalan says. You don't think I can afford that? Yalan continued. Are you looking down on me? Added an indignant Yalan. Yoyoung said that he didn't look down on Yalan. Who will give more than 100,000 gold pieces, says Hong Lion. I almost forgot that she's a rich lady, Yoyoung thought. But is the mayor really that rich? Yoyoung mused. And why do I feel like a kept man? Yoyoung thought, puzzled. 300,000 gold pieces, Yalan shouted. Even if I have to bet all my gift money that I've saved up all my life, since Yoyoung likes this item, I have to buy it today. Yalan thought to herself. I didn't expect her to be so rich, Yoyoung thought. Wow, my sponsor, Hong Lion thought. She's too rich, the stranger thought. Wang Gan thought. 300,000 gold pieces, Hong Lion said. Hong Lion asked if anyone would offer more. I wanted to give Kingju a gift, but I didn't expect the price to go up so much, Wang Gan thought. Kingju offered 500,000 gold pieces. Kingju is so rich, Wang Gan thought. Yalan was very surprised. What the? Yalan shouted indignantly. 500,000 gold pieces, Hong Lion said. Hong Lion asked if anyone would offer more. Yalan apologized to Yoyoung. This amount is beyond my ability, I didn't expect the price to go up so much, Yalan said. Yoyoung said that he appreciated Yalan's kindness. If no one offers more, then I will hit the hammer, Hong Lion said. It's better if I do it all by myself, Yoyoung thought. Wait, said the mayor. Dad, Yalan said in surprise. Congratulations to this elderly man for acquiring the blood of the Ice Toad King. Hong Lion said. Actions take place after the auction. Dad, what a coincidence, Yalan says in surprise. I came down from the mountain just as you came to Qingyang, Yalan continued. You didn't send anyone to spy on me on a daily basis, did you? Yalan asked. No way, the mayor replied with a grin. So I guessed right, Yalan thought. Let's not talk about it, the mayor said. The mayor asked Yayoung to take the item he won at the auction. You were bidding for it just now, weren't you? Continued the mayor. And what do you want from me this time? What's that old fox up to again? Yoyoung thought. Boy, you're still pissing people off, the mayor said. The mayor told Yoyoung that his words were very annoying. Just take it already, continued the mayor. It's only been a month, and my little Yalan has already risen from the 9th blood level and Kaido 5th Grand Master level, the mayor was saying. It's all thanks to your guidance, isn't it? Continued the mayor. Yalan said that all of this really happened thanks to Yoyoung. Because of the innate cold, she could not show the potential that had been accumulating in her for years, the mayor said. But since she has become stronger, please accept my thanks, added the mayor. Yoyoung agreed to accept the commendation. You're welcome, the mayor said. You can count it as a part. Dowry Yalan, continued the mayor. Yalan was confused. Dad, what are you saying? Yalan said. Yalan told Yoyoung not to listen to his father. What dowry? Said Yalan. It's not like that at all. Yalan continued. I know, Yoyoung said. Yoyoung also said that he hadn't thought about it. Have you ever thought about it? Yalan said. Yoyoung replied that, yes, never. I'll go, don't follow me, Yalan said. Yalan, wait. Stop it, the mayor shouted. The mayor said he would bring Yalan back. I'll meet you here in 2 hours, the mayor said. Yoyoung accepted the mayor's terms. Tell me, why is it that when young people fall in love, old people like me suffer? The mayor shouted. Because you are a dad who is madly in love with his daughter, his subordinate said. Yoyoung was surprised by the strong heartbeat. Alright then, first we need to find a secluded place to study the blood of the Ice Jade Toad King, Yoyoung thought. The action takes place somewhere in the forest. The blood of the ice jade toads can heal from any poison, so you should save it for a special occasion, Yoang thought. At the top of the mountain was a huge snake. The snake decided to attack Yoang in the back. Yoang realized that someone was trying to attack him. Yoang throws the snake into the mountain. Yoang used a spell. Show yourself, Yoang would say. Yoang said that his pathetic tricks wouldn't work on him. You're quite strong, Yang Longjin said. Are you Yang Longjin? Yoang asked. Since you know who I am, then don't move, Yang Longjin continued. Yang Longjin was surprised by Yoang's speed. And with such skills, you want to take revenge. Yoang continued. Yoang attacked Yang Longjin. Yang Longjin thought about his speed. I haven't met a single worthy opponent since I ascended to the Grand Master level, Yoang said. I hope you can last a little longer, Yoang added. Yang Longjin said. Then, for you to see the difference in our strength, I will defeat you with a single palm. Yang Longjin continued. Yang Longjin activated the aura. Dark art, Yang Longjin said. It's a cold, sinister aura, Yoang thought. Absorbing the spirit, Yang Longjin said. Yang Longjin shouted, Bone Hand. Yang Longjin screamed, Die. Yoang dodged Yang Longjin's attack. Spiritual Radiance Sword Technique. Yoang said. You only know how to run away, said Yang Longjin. Yoang repelled Yang Longjin's attack. Is my spiritual energy corrupted? Yoang thought. Surprised, Yang Longjin said. Yang Longjin told Yoang that this technique is called Spirit Absorbing Bone Hand. It can not only corrupt the caster's spiritual energy, but also weaken the power of their martial arts by 20 to 30%. Added Yang Longjin. Yang Longjin said that this is the best technique of his mentor, who is an elder of the underworld. You should be proud to have this technique applied on you, said Yang Longjin. And now you will taste the taste of despair. Yang Longjin continued. Power that consumes the spirit, bury its soul, said Yang Longjin. Despair, Yoang said. Yoang said that he would return Yang Longjin's words. Brilliant Vajra style, Yoang said. Is this the purest Yang technique? Yang Longjin said in surprise. Although the spirit absorption technique is powerful, it has one fatal flaw. It is afraid of the attributes of fire and pure Yang. Yang Longjin pondered. Twilight is the perfect time for my attack. I didn't expect him to be able to fight back. Yang Longjin continued to ponder. You can't beat me with just one hand. Yang Longjin said. Really? Yoang said. Yoang said he uses two hands. What do you say? Yoang added. It's impossible. Yang Longjin said. Yoang told Yang Longjin that nothing was impossible. Let me kill you, Yoang said. Yoang attacked Yang Longjin. Yang Longjin fell to the ground, bleeding profusely. It's over, Yoang said. Spirit transfer technique, Yoang added. Yang Longjin is trying to escape. Sly, that one, Yoang said. Yoang said that Yang Longjin was trying to escape with a trick. Are you sure you can do it? Yoang said with a grin. Yoang struck down the snakes with his sword. Yang Longjin fell into the water. Rest in peace, Yoang said. Yoang applied the technique to Yang Longjin. A notification came. Takeover started. Head Yang said. Son, Head Yang shouted. Yoang said that the bag he took was heavy. Now we will find out how many treasures the rich and powerful young master of the Yang family had, Yang said. Yoang finished applying the technique. My cultivation level has increased again, Yoang said. In the notification bar, it said, a divine ability, million-point attack speed, tenfold attack speed. Yoang sensed someone's presence. The head of the Yang family attacked Yang. The head of the Yang family asked Yang Jun to open her eyes and look at him. What a troublesome Yang family, attacking me one time after another like cockroaches, Yang said. Well, that's fine, Yoang said. Yoang said he would deal with everyone. The family head told Yang Jun to wait for him. Your dad will avenge you. Yes, said the head of the Yang family. Yoang. Family head Yang said angrily. You will pay for killing my son. Scarlet Flame Sword, shouted the head of the Yang family. Do you think the first supreme level is something to be proud of? Yoang said. I'm using you as a test subject to test the limits of my abilities. How dare you be so bold on the verge of death? Family head Yang shouted. Yoang said that he would return the head of his own words. Impudent boy. Spiral trick, Yoang said. Family head Yang was surprised. Yoang wrapped his hand around the head's sword. Yoang snatched the head's sword out of his hand. No way, family head Yang said. My Scarlet Flame Sword, continued the head. Yoang told the head that it was a good weapon. That hit the weak spot of my wrist with a light attack, the Yang family head thought. The head of the family said it was a pathetic trick. Even without the sword, I can give you something worse than death. Head Yang, I'm sorry that I didn't remind you of that last person. Who spoke to me in such a tone was defeated with just one blow, Yoang said. And has already gone to have tea with the Lord of Hell. Yoang added. I'll kill you. Family head Yang shouted. The head activated the flaming Yang dance technique. Head Yang, your abilities are so pathetic, Yoang said with a smirk. I'll kill you. The head continued to shout. Yahyung dodged all of the Yang family head's attacks. Yang family head, I'm sorry that I didn't remind you that if your opponent can easily distract you during a fight, then you will die quickly, Yahyung said. The head of the Yang family was shocked. Yahyung attacked the head. Mysterious shield. The Yang family head shouted, such speed. How can he be so fast? Thought the head of the Yang family. The Yang family head continued to ponder. Yahyung said with a sneer. The head of the Yang family was puzzled. Yahyung threw a punch. Such power. The head of the Yang family continued to think. Family head Yang thought that he couldn't take it anymore. Yahyung broke through the Yang family head's defense. Head Yang, you were doomed from the moment you lost your composure and showed your weakness, Yahyung spoke. Yahyung said that with the sword in his hands, he would send the head of the Yang family on his last journey. It's all over, Yahyung shouted. The sword pierced through the Yang family head's chest. The head of the family started to bleed from the mouth. The head of the family's chest was punctured. Yahyung, yelled the head of the Yang family. Yahyung took out the sword from the head of the family. You are no match for me even though you have reached the supreme level, Yahyung continued. The head of the Yang family laughed. You won't get away with it even if I can't kill you, said the Yang family head. Yahyung was puzzled. Blood explosion technique. Family head Yang shouted. The head of the Yang family said that they would go to hell together. There was a huge explosion. Everything went up in smoke. Do you want to die with me? Yahyung asked. Yahyung said that the head of the Yang family didn't deserve this. The head of the family was confused. How is this possible? The head of the Yang family continued. Yahyung apologized to the head of Yang. I put it on as soon as you blew yourself up, Yahyung continued. Yahyung said that the family head's plan failed. I was unharmed this time, Yahyung said. How did you get such a high-level magic item? Family head Yang asked in surprise. Yahyung said that the head of the family has a good weapon. I'll take it, Yahyung continued. Yahyung said that he would take the Yang family head's cultivation. Yahyung, family head Yang shouted. You'll see, I'll turn into an evil spirit, but there's no way I'll let you go. The head of the Yang family shouted. To be honest, even if you descend as a god, I will still kill you, added Yahyung. Yahyung started to take the cultivation of the Yang family head. Yahyung received a new notification. The takeover is complete. Congratulations to Master for reaching the 7th level of the Grand Master. I went up 3 levels at a time, Yahyung said. Yahyung said he hadn't been so happy in a long time. Yahyung told Kingju to come out. How long were you going to hide? Yahyung continued. Kingju headed towards Yahyung. You've been chasing me ever since I came out of the treasure pavilion, said Yahyung. Yahyung asked Kingju what she was up to. Kingju said about the blood of the Ice Jade Toad King. Do you want to keep it for yourself? Yahyung asked. Kingju said no. Kingju said that she wanted to ask Yahyung for it. The action takes place in the regional city of Qingyang County. We are watching the Lai family's residence. Mr. Yahyung, this way, please, Kingju said. In the main city of Qingyang County, 3 outstanding families have settled down. Besides the Yang family, it's the Lai and Mu families, Yahyung mused. Yahyung thought that these families were extremely powerful and that they balanced each other out. Yahyung never thought that Kingju was a member of one of these 3 families, the Lai family. What surprised me even more was that she saw me kill 2 members of the Yang family and consume their cultivation with her own eyes, but she didn't say anything, Yahyung thought to himself. Yahyung thought that he couldn't figure out what was going on in Kingju's head. Mistress brought home a man, the subordinate said in surprise. The sun didn't rise from the west today, did it? Added another subordinate. The subordinate told the others to be quiet. Don't scare off the lady's future husband, the subordinate added. Kingju told Yahyung that they were here. Yahyung looked at Lai Yunjian in surprise. My grandfather, Lai Yunjian, Kingju said. Yahyung asked Kingju if he was poisoned. 3 years ago, Grandpa went to cultivate in a cave, but by chance, he was poisoned by the bite of the Black Scale Snake King, a 5th-order demonic beast, Kingju continued. Kingju continued her story. She said that in case of poisoning, a person gets covered with black scales, and also, the poison slowly eats away at the person's internal organs. The patient cannot speak, eat, or move, and only suffers from terrible pain from day to day, Kingju added. Kingju told Yahyung that when the scales covered Lai Yunjian's face, he would die. Judging from the old man's condition, the Lai family has spent a lot of effort to slow down the spread of the poison, Yahyung reasoned. Yahyung thought that otherwise, Lai Yunjian wouldn't have lived so long. So you wanted to buy the blood of the Ice Jade Toad King in the treasure pavilion and chase me for the sake of saving your grandfather, Yahyung asked. Yahyung asked about what would happen if he didn't give it up. Kingju promised that she would do whatever Yahyung asked. Kingju's subordinates were puzzled. Kingju told Yahyung that she would achieve this at all costs. Kingju's subordinates begged Yahyung for help. Yahyung was taken aback by Kingju's subordinates' behavior. Kingju's subordinates begged to save Lai Yunjian. If I don't agree, she'll probably be bothering me in Kaiyuan, Yahyung thought to himself. Yahyung agreed to give the blood of the Ice Jade Toads. Yahyung thought that if he used the system to absorb the poison's destruction, then he could absorb Lai Yunjian's cultivation along with it. All that remains is to give him an antidote, Yahyung thought. Kingju's subordinates were surprised when the scales started to disappear. 15 minutes later, Lai Yanjian opened his eyes. Kingju rushed towards Lai Yanjian. Lai told Kingju that he was feeling better, and it seems that my spiritual energy is slowly returning, Li added. Lai asked Kingju who had saved him. Kingju pointed at Yaoyang. My granddaughter's husband, Li shouted. Kingju was taken aback. Li told Yaoyang that he was the one. I'm so happy that my granddaughter has such a cute husband. Li added. The strength of a person who has reached the 4th supreme level, Yaoyang thought to himself. Li asked Yaoyang how they met Kingju. Li asked Yaoyang where he was from. Li asked if Yaoyang's parents were still alive. When are you planning to have a wedding? Added a joyful Li. Li told Yaoyang to go get ready for the wedding. All formalities must be observed. Li added. Yaoyang told Li that he had misunderstood. We have nothing to do with Kingju, Yaoyang said. Yaoyang said that he didn't intend to marry Kingju. Li was puzzled. Do you think Kingju isn't good enough for you? Li asked indignantly. Yaoyang said that he kept his promise. So leave me alone, Yaoyang added. Yaoyang said that he has things to do, so he apologizes. Li ordered Yaoyang to stop. You must marry my Kingju today, Li shouted. Yaoyang asked Li what he was trying to do. Kingju asked Li to stop. Li said he didn't care. So are you going to marry my granddaughter today or what? Li continued. Yaoyang told Li that his insistence offended him. I'll have a hard time if I take the 4th supreme level lightly, Yaoyang mused. Yaoyang was puzzled. So you'd rather beat me up than marry my Kingju, said a frustrated Li. Li said that apparently Yaoyang and Kingju really aren't cut out for each other. Li asked Yaoyang why he was giving him hope. Wouldn't it be better if I just died? Continued a distressed Li. Kingju asked Li how long he was going to be clowning around. Li was taken aback. Li said that they were just fellow students. Since you saved me, let's go to the treasury, Li continued. Li said that he would give Yaoyang some gifts. We are transported to the Lai family treasury. Li told Yaoyang that he could take whatever he wanted. Yaoyang asked Li if he really could take anything. Li confirmed Yaoyang's words. I feel so sorry for my beloved granddaughter, Li added. Thanks to the system, I can quickly determine the ranks of these items, Yaoyang mused. Yaoyang received a notification that Staggering Step is a low mysterious rank gate art. After that, a new notification came. Explosive Fist is a martial art that is not considered strong in its class. Yaoyang thought about how he was interested in 2 books. Next, Yaoyang saw a new notification that read, Mysterious Divine Power Technique, Advanced Earth Rank and Blood God's Wrath Middle Earth Rank Martial Art. Yaoyang noticed an object. We flash back to 15 minutes later at the entrance of the Lai family residence. Kid, you're so greedy, Li said. Li told Yaoyang that he had taken half of his treasure trove. Yaoyang said that Li's life is priceless compared to the treasures. Yaoyang thanked Li for his generosity and said his goodbyes. Li asked Kingju about young Yaoyang's murder of the family heads. Yes, Kingju replied. Li noted that Yaoyang's talent is truly great. It would be a blessing for the Lai family if we could establish a relationship with him, Li added. Li said that due to the loss of the Yang family's support, they wouldn't be able to do anything. But Yang Longjin's teacher, an elder from the underworld, is not to be trifled with, Li continued. Li revealed that Yang Lejin was the elder's only disciple. If he finds out that his favorite disciple was killed, he will definitely go get revenge on Yaoyang, Li added. Kingju said that Yaoyang was very strong, but if he ran into an elder, there was no telling what would happen next. Li asked if Kingju was worried about Yaoyang. Do you feel sorry for him? Li asked. Kingju said that she was just curious about Yaoyang's future. Li summoned the Shadow Guards. The Shadow Guards froze, waiting for Li's order. Li began to voice his order. Keep a close eye on the Yang family's every move, Li said. Li said that if there was support for communication with an elder from the outside world, they should inform him. The Shadow Guards began to obey the order. My dear granddaughter, I'm sorry I didn't tell you that sometimes until now, Li would say. Li added that being interested means starting a relationship. Kingju was taken aback. Li told Kingju that he was going back to the sect. Li was surprised that Kingju left quickly. She's an adult now, and she still hasn't learned to talk, Li said. Well, that's fine, Li continued. Li said children should build their own futures. The action takes place in the Spirit Tempering Hall. The Spirit Tempering Hall is open today, a passerby said. Brother Li, your cultivation has increased significantly in the few days you've been gone. The man added. The stranger said that Brother Yang had also become stronger. The old man said that students who want to enter the Tempering Hall should get in line. Brother Li said he would like to, but he doesn't have any money. I can only use the double efficiency room today, Li said. The guy asked Brother Li if he would use the triple efficiency room. The man told everyone to disperse. The guy was mad at him. Brother Li told the guy to calm down. This is how Yukian, Brother Li was saying. His family has been trading for generations, and they have a huge fortune, Brother Li added. My brother told me about the rumors about how Yukian, who started exchanging gold for spirit stones at a rate of 100 to 1 as soon as he joined the Kaiyun sect. Brother Li added that how Yukian had become the richest external disciple in just a month. Although his cultivation level and abilities are low, He achieves many things with money, Brother Lee added. If you provoke him, it's not a fact that he won't pay someone to beat you up. Brother Lee said. Hao Yukian said that he needed a room 10 times more efficient. The strangers were extremely surprised that Hao Yukian had taken a room of tenfold efficiency. Now you understand why I stopped you, Brother Lai asked. Brother Lai said that the Spirit Tempering Hall only has one room of tenfold efficiency. Brother Lai added that the entrance to this room alone was worth 500 spirit stones. We can't hurt rich people like him, said Brother Lai. The old man told Hao Yukian that he was late because the tenfold efficiency room was already booked. Hao was surprised. This room was always available, Hao said. Hao asked the old man who was using the room. Do you think I'm lying? The old man continued. The old man told Hao to take a look for himself. We are watching the Spirit Tempering Hall with a light on. Hao's subordinates told him what to do. Hao's subordinates pointed out the room with tenfold efficiency. Hao said they would wait. You may not know it, but the tenfold efficiency room has always been empty, not only because of its high cost, Hao said. Hao said that after entering the room, you need to spend another 300 spirit stones to activate the magic circle. Also, Hao said that the circle itself needs to constantly insert new stones, otherwise it will stop working. Hao went on to say that if the circle's activation was interrupted or the person couldn't handle the pressure coming from the circle, the person would experience a backlash. That person, even if they had enough money to reserve this room, won't be able to keep the circle activated all the time, Hao said. Hao added that he would be out in an hour. The subordinates were pleased with Hao. Exactly 1 hour has passed since the events took place. Hao was talking about him coming out soon. When he comes out, we'll beat him, added subordinates. 2 hours passed from the moment of the events. Hao's subordinates were puzzled that no one had come out yet. 4 hours passed from the moment of the events. I'm sick of it, Hao thought. Hao told his subordinates to stay awake. You've got drool all over my things, added Hao. The subordinates were puzzled that he never came out. They assumed that he was also very rich. The second subordinate agreed wholeheartedly. When did the Kaiyuan sect have a second rich man besides me? Hao Yukian, Hao said irritably. Hao said that he would teach the person who stole his room a lesson today. The subordinates supported Hao, saying that he was very rich. Hao was surprised to see people running away from the tempering hall. Hao asked why his subordinates were running away. A subordinate told Hao that the tempering hall was shaking. The subordinate pointed at the shaking hall. The source of the earthquake is a room of tenfold efficiency, Hao thought. Hao was extremely surprised that the cause of the earthquake could be a person who was advancing to a new level. The subordinates asked Hao to run away from there as quickly as possible. Hao wanted to know who that person was. Hao was shocked that the hall was blown up. Hao froze in surprise. The subordinates shouted at Hao to run. Yueyang jumped out of the hall. Yueyang landed right on the floor. Yueyang said that the Hall of Spiritual Purification lived up to its name. Yueyang received a new notification. Congratulations to the host for opening a 20-fold attack speed. Spending half of the Lai family's treasures on a room in the Spirit Tempering Hall has paid off, Yueyang thought happily. Yueyang reflected that he had instantly risen from the 5th level of a Grand Master to the 1st Supreme level. The upcoming Inner Disciple trial won't be a problem, Yueyang continued to think. Yueyang wondered why these noobs were shouting so loudly. Now I don't look forward to the test so much, Yueyang mused. The subordinates were trying to bring Hao to his senses. Actions take place on a test of inner students. Today is the 3rd time that the Kaiyuan sect is conducting the Inner Disciple test, the woman said. The woman continued to say that the test will be held in the form of one-on-one duels. We have several arenas for this purpose, the woman added. Also, the woman said that 300 outer disciples will participate in this trial, but she said that only 20 of them will be able to become inner disciples. The woman continued to explain the rules in which dueling participants were not allowed to cause serious injuries to their fellow practitioners. Yalan was surprised. Yuan asked Yalan what had happened. Yalan replied, nothing. Ever since we came back from the last descent down the mountain, Yalan has been avoiding me constantly, Yuan mused. Yang wondered what Yalan was up to. Yalan recalled Yueyang's words. Yalan thought Yang was a but after a few days, I realized something, Yalan continued to think. In the future, I'll catch up with you, Yalan mused. Yalan thought that the only way to get Yueyang's attention was to get a high position. You didn't think of me at all before, so I'll make you start now. Yalan continued to think. Yueyang thought he didn't understand women at all. The woman reported that the test of inner disciples had officially begun. Hu Yanfeng said that this test will be much more interesting than all the previous ones. Sun Kai said that she had heard about this test and that there would be a disciple named Yan, who was already famous for having a special talent in the sect. Elder Q, you're the one who invited him to the sect, right? Sun Kai asked. Come on, Q Chang'an said. Q had said that if any of the disciples had outstanding talent, it would be third elder's personal disciple, Lai Qingju. She is shrewd beyond her years, which is very good, Kai said. Also, Kai noted that Qingju is very focused on martial arts and very cold towards everything else, which is very troubling for other people. I thought that the mercenary I sent for Yayoung's head would be able to handle it easily, but suddenly he failed, Han Zion mused. Han Zion thought that he had underestimated Yayoung. Han Zion thought that if Yayoung passed the inner disciple test, it would be harder to get rid of him. Elder Q, you've only just become one of us, Kai said. Kai told the elder that he was able to find a talent for their sect that was worthy of respect. The elder was confused and said that he was being flattered. Q Chang'an, enjoy yourself while you can, the elder mused. The elder kept thinking that he had been preparing for this day for the past month. In the elder's memories, it was said that he had long ago ordered several trusted disciples with outstanding abilities to disguise themselves as external disciples. The student told the men to sit here for a while. We'll let you go when the trial is over, added the student. If one failed, then 10 will come after him, Han Zion mused. Han Zion thought that Yayoung should die. The student apologized to Yayoung. Yayoung told him to attack. Han Zion thought that as long as he was in the Kaiyun sect, Yayoung would never become an inner disciple. Yayoung launched his attack. Yayoung told the student that he had lost. The student fell to the floor, who announced that Yayoung had won the 7th duel. Kingju said that Yayoung is a great swordsman. Han said he was just lucky. Yayoung strikes, who once again announced that Yayoung had won the 10th duel. Kingju told the elder that although he was old, he had a very sharp eye. The elder was embarrassed. Han was furious. Yayoung was again declared the winner. The student said he was giving up. Yayoung is definitely an external disciple, the guy said. Also, the guy said that Yayoung is very strong. The man said that his eyes couldn't keep up with Yayoung's speed. The stranger announced the end of the test, who said the test was complete. Next, I will announce the list of names of those who have become inner disciples, who continued. Yayoung announced who first. The second who was announced by Jian Yu. Yalin announced the third who. Yayoung, I will definitely be on the same level as you. Yalin thought to herself. This has reached the first supreme level in such a short time. Han mused, displeased. In his mind, Han didn't understand how this was possible. The action takes place in the treasure hall. Who told the outer disciples that this was a treasure hall? The Kaiyuan sect's treasure hall is so big, Yayoung thought to himself. Who told the students that the Kaiyuan sect has a rule that allows external students to enter the treasure hall to choose elixir, weapons, and martial arts books as a reward? Also, who said that the treasure hall only has 3 floors? Who said that the first floor is the treasure floor, the second floor is weapons, and the third floor is a floor with books? Who continued. Who told the students that they could choose any subject on each floor? For registration, you need to return here in 30 minutes, who added. Who asked the students if they understood. The students told her that they did. As expected of the Kaiyuan sect, they are generous. There are more than just first level longswords here, Yayoung mused. There are even third level short swords and 4th level weapons, Yayoung continued to think. Yayoung was surprised. Yayoung was very surprised when he saw the level 5 weapon. Yayoung was looking at the Starfall sword, which was a level 5 weapon. Elixir, Shadow Step, Dragon Slayer sword, who said. Who told the students to go further? Yayoung told the student that he was smart. You chose the right things, Yayoung would say. Yalin asked Yayoung what he had chosen. Yayoung replied to Yalin that he chose the sword. Yalin noticed the sword in Yayoung's hands. Yalin asked Yayoung why the sword in his hands was broken. Is this a Starfall sword? The student asked. The disciple said that this is a very famous divine weapon that can destroy the world. It's a pity that the sword broke due to one incident, the disciple continued. The disciple said that the entire Kaiyuan sect and even the elders themselves can't repair this sword. Also, the disciple added that this sword is now nothing more than a simple scrap metal. Who said that Yayoung doesn't have to take this sword? How did you know I couldn't fix it? Yayoung said. Yayoung's memories where he found something. Li told Yayoung that he had. Togo has a sharp eye. Li told Yayoung that this is an ancient black iron of the highest grade, which is very rare. It can be used to temper divine weapons and level up weapons, Lai added. Lai said that only his family has this iron in the entire Qingyang County. Yayoung said that he chose this sword. Who said that he could get it after she wrote it down? Inner Spirit Elixir, Storm Rip, Starfall Sword, who said? Who called out to the next student? In his mind, Yayoung was sure that the Spirit Elixir would help strengthen his martial arts. It can increase my spiritual strength and make me better at using attack speed by 10 times, Yayoung continued to ponder. And the mid-level earth martial arts are known as Storm Blast. They are famous for their speed and strength. Yayoung thought that if he combined this technique with his attack speed of 1,000,000 times, it would become very strong. Yalin asked Yayoung where he was going in a hurry. Yayoung said that he couldn't wait to find an opponent. The action takes place on a 7-tiered pagoda. Yayoung started walking. Each layer of the 7-tiered pagoda has a corresponding task. Yayoung approaches the first layer of the pagoda. The 7-tiered pagoda is described so that after passing the test, it is possible to get the corresponding rewards. In order for Yayoung to enter the pagoda, you need to insert the spirit stone at the entrance. Yayoung headed for the portal. Further, we are told that each student enters a separate channel, but all students face the same task. After that, we are told that this way students will not be able to prevent each other from influencing the final result. Yoyoung saw a third-order supreme demonic beast, the Shadow Leopard. The difficulty of the first floor is a battle with a third-order demonic beast, Yoyoung thought. Yoyoung said that he would go up to the third floor in no time. The demon attacked Yoyoung. Yoyoung deflected the demon's attack. The stranger said that someone had passed through 3 floors of the pagoda. The student wondered. He only walked 3 floors, the student continued. Another student noted that it's not the number of floors, but the speed of passing. Also, another student added that someone passed through 3 floors almost instantly. He's so fast that I didn't even have time to blink, another student added. Big Sister Kingju was surprised. The stranger said that the 4th floor was passed. The stranger said that he had already passed the 5th and 6th floors. This is impressive. The stranger added. The disciple said that the current record for the 7th floor of the pagoda belongs to a disciple who took 4 hours to pass the 5th floor. Also, the disciple added that this person was Senior Sister Kingju, who was known for being a genius disciple, and she only succeeded by using the 3rd Elder's treasures. But that guy inside only needed half an hour to reach the 5th floor. His speed is incredible. The student added. Big Sister Kingju was interested. The students didn't understand what was going on. He hasn't moved since he entered the 6th level. Could it be that he's injured? Said the student. If the 1st to 5th floor of the pagoda is considered dangerous, the disciple said. The student said that he couldn't imagine being on the 6th floor. The disciple said that those who reach the 6th floor must be very strong and have a lot of experience. I've heard that even those who are on the same floor as our elders might not be able to complete all the floors. The disciple continued. Another student was very surprised by this. What's on the 6th floor? Another student asked. The student said that no one had ever reached the 6th floor before. One of the students guessed that he was on the 6th floor. Actions take place on the 6th floor of the pagoda. Yoyoung was glad that he didn't have to fight the beasts anymore. I hope you'll amuse me, said Yoyoung. Yoyoung wondered why the man was wearing shackles. Yoyoung was surprised by his speed. Yoyoung wondered if this was the 5th stage of the transcendent realm. Yoyoung launched his attack. Yoyoung was surprised that his attack passed through the opponent. I really hit it, Yoyoung said. Yoyoung said that he didn't feel the place of impact, as if he had hit water. What strange tricks, Yoyoung thought. The opponent said that the old men from the Kaiyuan sect seemed to have found a treasure. The opponent asked Yoyoung if he was hit by the spiritual technique. Yoyoung was confused. A mysterious spiritual technique. Yoyoung asked. Eternal life, said the opponent. Yoyoung said that he had read about this technique in the ancient books of the Kaiyuan sect. This technique is completely made up of evil. A martial artist who wants to master this technique must take the blood of 100 infants daily for a ritual and cultivate it for 49 days, the opponent said. The opponent also said that a martial artist who successfully masters this technique will receive immortality. Yoyoung said that he despises people who bully the weak the most. How dare you kill so many innocent babies for your own selfish desires? Yoyoung continued. Yoyoung told the opponent that he would defeat him. The opponent told Yoyoung that he was a hypocrite who claimed to be righteous. Yoyoung, have you ever heard that people can be killed if they aren't a little selfish? The opponent said. The opponent said that he was imprisoned by the old men of the Kaiyuan sect. The opponent added that they had imprisoned him using his own technique, which he used for testing. Yoyoung started attacking the opponent. The opponent said that by doing so, they forced him to atone for his sins, and then he asked Yoyoung if this was a selfish desire. The opponent attacked Yoyoung. The opponent told Yoyoung to surrender. If you want to blame someone when you die, blame the old people, said the enemy. The opponent said that it was the old men who sent the disciples to his door to kill them. The opponent told Yoyoung that he was in a good mood. The opponent said that he would deal with Yoyoung quickly and let him die quickly. Yoyoung attacked the opponent. Yoyoung resumed his attack again. 20-fold increase in speed. Yoyoung shouted. The enemy was extremely surprised. Yoyoung found himself facing an opponent. Storm strike. Yoyoung shouted. Yoyoung stabbed his opponent with his sword. Yoyoung asked the opponent if he was trying to escape. The enemy started to run away quickly. Yoyoung struck again. Yoyoung attacked again. Yoyoung threw another punch at the opponent. The opponent said it wouldn't work on him because he was immortal. Who says I'm trying to kill you? Yoyoung said. The opponent was shocked. Yoyoung told the opponent to be half alive. The opponent asked Yoyoung what he was going to do. Yoyoung received a notification saying that the target was ready to be absorbed. Further, he received a new notification which said about the beginning of the takeover. The enemy started shouting. Yoyoung received a new notification saying that the absorption was complete and that he had received 2,200,000 experience points. Yoyoung said it was the top floor. Yoyoung said he was heading to the 7th floor. The student said that what he saw was that someone had entered the 7th floor. Big Sister Kingju was surprised that there was someone so strong in the Kaiyuan sect. The action takes place on the 7th floor of the pagoda. Great, the woman said. The woman said that Yoyoung is only at the first step of the otherworldly realm, but he managed to get up to this floor and kill everyone on the other 6 floors. I think you're very talented. The woman continued. What's your name? The woman said. My name is Yahyung, Yahyung said. Yahyung was telling the woman to start a fight. The woman told Yahyung that he was impatient. The woman said that girls don't like it. Yahyung told the woman to move away from him. The woman was surprised. The woman told Yahyung that he never cares about girls. The woman told Yahyung that he would die in agony. Yahyung was shocked by the woman's strength. The woman was interested. The woman attacked Yahyung. Yahyung activated a 20-fold attack speed. The woman was surprised by Yahyung's speed. I tried to get close to you twice, but you left me again. Yes, said the frustrated woman. Yahyung thought that if he had moved slower, his arm would have been finished. Yahyung thought that he couldn't underestimate this woman. I have to be careful with her. Yahyung kept thinking. The woman told Yahyung that she wouldn't let him dodge her next attack. Fire strike, Yahyung shouted. The woman was surprised that Yahyung knew so many techniques. The woman told Yahyung that these techniques didn't work for her. The spirit ring. Stop it, the woman shouted. The woman told Yahyung to let her kill him. The woman attacked Yahyung. Yahyung shouted, the gap. The woman was confused. The woman was surprised that she couldn't hold onto Yahyung's technique. The woman couldn't fend off Yahyung's attack. The woman said that she didn't expect Yahyung to combine sword energy and flame techniques. The woman told Yahyung that she had underestimated him. The woman dodged Yahyung's attack. Auric border, stop it, the woman shouted. The woman managed to catch Yahyung's technique. Yahyung's technique was destroyed. The woman asked Yahyung if he still had a lot of tricks hidden away. If this is all you have, you will lose. The woman continued. Yahyung was surprised that the woman could regenerate. The woman told Yahyung that he was handsome and attractive to her. It's a pity that I don't like men who are weaker than me. The woman said. Wind flash, stop it, the woman shouted. The wrath of the blood god, Yahyung said. Yahyung said, blood god seal. Yahyung told the woman that he knew how to beat her. Yahyung was telling the woman to prepare for death. Yahyung's technique and the woman collided. The woman was surprised that Yahyung's technique had passed through her. This attack, the woman said. Clouds of smoke hung over the mountains. The action takes place in the Kaiyuan sect. Kingju said that she saw a 7-story pagoda in front of her. Kingju said that someone had reached the last floor. The old man said that Yahyung was stronger again. The old man repeated that Yahyung had become stronger. We are transported to the 7th floor of the pagoda. It's impossible. Stop it, the woman shouted. The woman asked why Yahyung knew her weakness. Yahyung used a 20-fold attack speed. The woman told Yahyung that she didn't want to play anymore. Yahyung was surprised by the woman's ordinary appearance. The woman is crying. You're bullying me. How come after so many years, there are still 5 people who dare to bully me like this? The woman said. Yahyung asked the woman if she was okay. The woman asked Yahyung when he realized who she was. You are actually going to use your spiritual powers to attack me? The woman continued. Yahyung told the woman that his blade didn't hurt her. You're not like the guy on the 6th floor. You're able to heal yourself not because you can recover quickly, but because of your original form, Yahyung added. Yahyung told the woman that she was a spirit. The woman agreed with Yahyung. You guessed it, my name is Bai Chen, and I'm the guardian spirit of the 7-story pagoda, Bai Chen said. Yahyung thought that a spiritual being was a form that was illuminated by the aura of the earth, and it's very difficult for ordinary martial arts techniques to completely defeat him, Yahyung mused. Yahyung thought that only spiritual power attacks could work. I didn't expect that the wrath of the blood god that I got from the Lai family would come in handy here, Yahyung continued to think. Yahyung asked Bai why she dressed like this before. Bai told Yahyung that the tower was very boring. She wanted to have fun by pretending to be an adult. Yahyung thought she was thinking like a child. Yahyung said that he had already passed the floor, he was going to receive the reward. Not only do I have more practical experience this time, but I should also get a lot of spirit stones. Yahyung mused. Bai said that the rewards of the old men from the sect were nothing. Bai told Yahyung to go with her. Bai told Yahyung that after completing the 7th floor, there was a chance for him to receive a special reward from her. Bai said it was a first-class divine reward. Bai said that Yahyung can choose any of the divine grade martial arts. Yahyung was surprised by this and asked if it was really possible to take anything. You just said chance, Yahyung was saying. Yahyung asked Bai about her criteria. Bai told Yahyung that he was beautiful. Yahyung said that he found the right thing. Bai said that Yahyung has a sharp eye. This sword is the strongest, I hope you can master it perfectly, Bai was saying. Yahyung said he could do it. We watch the mountains. Someone is playing shogi. Master, our sect hasn't received a first-class divine award in hundreds of years, Wang Fen said. Great Elder, what do you think of this? King Yuandao said. Wan said that he would send someone to scout out this person later. If he had a great talent, he would accept him as a disciple. Qin said that he had lost. Wan said he was getting older, so it was harder for him to win in shogi. Qin asked Yuandao if everything was fine. The Empire sect competition is less than 3 months away, Wan was saying. Wan said that he hoped that the person would be able to surprise him. Qin agreed with Yuandao. The action takes place outside the 7-story pagoda. Elder, I'm here to collect the spirit stones rewarded for breaking through the tower, the old man said. The old man said that the stones belonged to Heron. The students were surprised that Yoang got out. Yoang turned around when Big Sister Kingju called out to him. Big Sister Kingju told Yoang that they hadn't seen each other for a long time. I didn't expect you to actually come to Grid Kaiyuan, Big Sister Kingju said. Are you Qin Yao? Yoang asked. Are you the one who just came out of the tower? Qin was saying. Qin told Yoang that he was amazing. Qin told Yoang that he was very cool. I really met the right person, Qin said. Qin invited Yoang to dinner. Tell me what was inside the pagoda, Qin would say. The subordinates were surprised when they saw Yoang. He just joined the intersect and passed the 7-story pagoda. Is he definitely a human? Continued the subordinates. A subordinate reported on the situation. Are you saying that he passed the 7-story pagoda? Said who? The subordinate said that he saw it with his own eyes and that he could not be mistaken. Who had said that Yang's strength had reached a high level? I really wish I had killed him sooner. Said who? The subordinate told who not to get angry. He only passed by the 7-story pagoda. It doesn't mean anything. Said the subordinate. Who yelled at the subordinate? Who said that no one knows the secret of the 7-story pagoda? As an elder, I know everything about her. Said who? Who said that once the examinee was identified by the guardian spirit in the pagoda, he would give him a very rare treasure. These treasures are much higher level than the ones in the treasure hall. Added who? Who said that if Yang was rewarded with a strong treasure, then his strength would increase again. This time, if I want to get rid of it again, it will be even harder, who continued. The subordinate told who to calm down. Remember when you said that the spirit spring will be activated in a few days, said the subordinate. A subordinate asked Wu Hu why they shouldn't take the opportunity to try and kill Yoyang. Who thought about it? Who told him it was a good idea? I know what to do, who continued. Who told the subordinate that he was considering all possible options to hide the news of Yoyang's success in the fight against the pagoda? Who said that he didn't want any of the Kaiyuan sect elders to pay attention to Yoyang? The subordinate agreed with him. Who said that he would spare Yoyang's life for a couple more days? Qin and Yoyang are having dinner. Qin was surprised at how much Yoyang had traveled in a couple of months. Qin said that she really admired Yoyang more and more. Qin was confident that with Yoyang's current strength, he would be at the top of the list of Spirit Source contestants. Qin asked Yoyang what he thought. Yoyang asked Qin what she was talking about. Qin told Yoyang that his ignorance was absolutely normal because he had just joined the sect. Ordinary spiritual springs contain great spiritual power that can be used by martial artists to cultivate and break through, but it also drains quickly, Qin said. Qin said that the spiritual spring she mentioned refers to a natural spring in the middle of Mount Funel outside of Kenyang. Qin said that this spring is made special by the spiritual vein. It automatically replenishes its energy at regular intervals, so you can say that it is an inexhaustible source of energy. Qin continued. However, due to its location at the crossroads, coupled with the fact that the spirit source is very valuable, Qin said. Qin said that since its discovery, it has been owned by 4 sects. Qin had said that the so-called 4 major clans were the strongest sects in Kenyang County and the surrounding counties. We are transported to the Liang sect. In addition to the Kaiyuan sect, there is the Liang sect from Haishan County, Qin said. This is the Liu He sect. Also, Qin said that the Liu He sect is from Beiyan County and the Feilei Pavilion is from Huainan County. We are watching the Fenglei Pavilion, Huainan Province. 100 years ago, the 4 major sects agreed that, Qin continued, they will use this spiritual spring as a common testing ground for the 4 sects, and it will be activated once a year, Qin added. Qin had said that each sect was allowed to bring 8 of their new disciples with outstanding talent to participate in the competition, but in the end, only 20 of them would be able to enter the Spirit Spring. Originally, each sect had an average of 5 places to enter the Spirit Spring, but after a long time, everyone was dissatisfied, Qin said. Qin said that in this way, a new rule was introduced for holding competitions before entering the Spirit Spring. Thus, it has currently turned into a tournament where only the 20 first winners of the competition can enter the Spiritual Spring, Qin added. Yoyang thought about it. Therefore, the Spirit Spring is held every year. It is a competition between the newly enrolled disciples of the 4 major sects, Qin said. Also, Qin said that in the Kaiyuan sect, there were very few winners in recent years. With your current talent and strength, if you take part in it, I'm sure you'll be able to win the Spirit Spring competition. Qin said, if what you're saying is true, then this is a really good place to improve your skills quickly, Yoyang said. Yoyang thanked Qin for telling him this. Qin said that Yoyang saved her life. Life, therefore, is a trifle. Qin said that if Yoyang needed anything, he should let her know. Yoyang said that he needed help from Qin now. Qin asked what exactly he wanted. We're watching the Kaiyuan sect's backyard. Wangan hit a tree. I work so hard, but myself, improvement remains at the same level, says Wan. That brat Yang is getting more prominent. Kingju, who always didn't care about the affairs of the sect, came to watch Yang's fight. Ban mused. Wan thought that at this rate, Kingju would stop paying attention to him. Then heard some sounds. Words came from the cave. "Is this a secret cave?" said Wan. "The action takes place in the Kaiyu insects training ground. This time, you are all the ones that the elders unanimously chose among the inner disciples," Hong said. Hong said that everyone should understand the essence of this mission. "This trip to the spiritual spring will undoubtedly be very beneficial for all of you. We hope that you won't let us down." "That's right," Hong continued. All the students agreed. "Brat, just wait and see," Who thought. "The action takes place on Mount Fu Nu. Everyone's here." "Yes," said Hong. Hong said that this is the venue for the competition. "Sun Q, I didn't expect you to lead the team this time," Hong said. "Didn't you learn enough last year?" Lei Shan said. Qin said about what she had heard about him. "He is the second elder of the Fenglai Pavilion. His name is Lei Shan," Qin continued. "Although he is young, but he has already reached the 10th step of the otherworldly realm, so his strength should not be underestimated," Qin was saying. "Elder Lei, you can't say that," Young said. Ian said he came prepared this time. Young said that Tao wants to compete with his Lil Hai sect, who are the permanent champions. "This person's name is Yang Yang, and he is the third elder of the Lai Yang sect," Qin was saying. Qin said that Yang is at the 8th stage of the otherworldly realm. Lu Jian was embarrassed. "This is Lu Jian, the great elder of the Lu He sect, known as the Holy Sword, who has already reached the 2nd stage of the otherworld realm," Qin continued. Who thought that the tournament hadn't started yet, and there was already so much hostility around. Hong said that this stage is for young people. The elders don't belong here. "It'll be dark soon if you keep talking nonsense," Hong added. Ian agreed with the elder. He said that it didn't depend on people like him. Ian suggested that we start the tournament early. "I am Yang Guan of the Liu He sect," Yang said. Ian asked the students who would like to compete with him. Hong asked the elder what he thought. "This disciple named Yang has reached the 1st stage," Who said. The elder said that this time, the Lil He sect is determined for victory. Qin Feng accepted the challenge. "I am Qin Feng of the Kaiyuan sect," Qin said. Qin said it was nice to meet you. Qin asked Yaong if Qin Feng would be able to win. Yaong said that Qin Feng was no match for Yang Guan. "Is that all you can do?" Yang Guan said. "How dare you underestimate me?" Qin said. Qin shouted, "Giant spiritual fist." Ian said that he wouldn't even have to use a sword. Ian shouted, "Get it." Yang attacked Qin. Qin fell into the water. Yang told Qin that he was no match for him. The students were surprised. Big brother Qin, who is at the